Come in. Welcome. I'm E.G. Marshall. Next time you go to the theater to see a new play, ask the person sitting next to you who wrote it. Chances are he won't know. Oh, he'll know who's starring in it. And probably he'll know what the critics had to say about it. But it will take a furtive glance at his program before he can tell you the name of the playwright. Yet, weeks, months, and even years earlier, there was a playwright, patiently, stubbornly putting words on paper. As the old theatrical saying goes, if it ain't on the page, it ain't on the stage.
Nobody's going to believe this.
I know.
I don't believe it myself.
And neither do I.
But it happened, didn't it?
Our mystery drama, The Impostor, was written especially for the Mystery Theater by Elspeth Eric and stars Don Scardino and Norman Rose. It is sponsored in part by X-Lax and Buick Motor Division. I'll be back shortly with Act One. A playwright loses hegemony over his work as soon as a producer buys his play. The producer hires actors, a director, a designer, a manager, and the playwright, who started the whole thing, becomes a pallid spectator to the feverish activity which begins both in the theater and in the producer's office. It is in just such an office that our story begins.
If you don't believe what I'm about to tell you, don't blame me. I have trouble believing it myself. I'm Ted Harris. I'm assistant to the incredibly successful Broadway producer, Norman Gelb. Years ago, when I first went to work for him, I was sitting in my office right next to Norman's when I heard his voice raised to an unaccustomed pitch.
It's impossible. It's absolutely impossible. Mrs. Mafy, it can't be done. We open tonight. Your play opens tonight. Mrs. Mafy, there isn't a printer in town who could do it. I'm telling you that... Now, come on in, Ted. Mrs. Mafy, you have written a great play. It's going to be a big hit. Don't you understand? No, I can't do this one little thing for you. Because it's impossible, and it's crazy.
What's up, Norman?
Oh, come on and sit down.
I take it that was Mrs. Mafy on the phone.
Our marvelous playwright, our genius, our pain in the neck.
What's it all about?
Ted, you are not going to believe this.
Mrs. Mafy acting up all of a sudden?
Acting up? She's lost her marbles.
She's such a nice lady.
Mrs. K. Mafy, whom we all adore and revere. Mrs. K. Mafy, who has written the best play any producer ever got his grubby hands on. The best play since...
Norman, just tell me. What does the lady want?
Oh, Ted, you are not going to believe it.
What is it?
She wants her name taken off of the play.
She what?
I told you wouldn't believe it.
I don't.
Ted, there has never been a production like this. I don't mean just the script, though Lord knows that's a masterpiece. But I have hired the best people, the best actors, the best director, the best designer, because I love this play. It's in my blood. It's part of me. Do you know that every day since I read it, I have gone around thanking whatever star looks out for Norman Gelb that this play came into my office. And you know how it got here?
Through the mail.
No agent, no nothing. From a playwright nobody ever heard of. You know, I darn near didn't read it.
Yeah, you had me read it.
Huh? Oh, yeah, that's right. I did, didn't I? And you liked it.
I liked it a lot.
And then I read it and liked it even better than you did. Couldn't wait to get on the phone and buy it. You remember that?
I remember.
Naturally, Mrs. K. Mafy was very happy, very grateful. And who wouldn't be? Norman Gelb is not one of your schlop producers.
Ah, far from it.
When she came in, Ted, to sign the contracts, I thought, my, what a nice, reasonable lady. So normal, I thought. Very calm, very poised, very sweet, very nice. But I didn't take advantage of her. Or the fact that this was her first time out. I gave her good terms because I knew that she had written a great play. Though I remember thinking at the time, how could such a great play come out of such a normal lady? Now it turns out she's not such a normal lady. You just never know about these things, do you?
Never.
You know that she's a translator at the United Nations. Did you know that?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, she translates from German into English. Been doing it ever since her husband died about 10 years ago. Never wrote a thing in her life. Not even an article, let alone a play. Imagine. The most intricate, the most exacting form of literary composition there is, and she writes one. A good one. Good. It's a great one.
Fantastic.
Ted, do you know what I have done for this little lady?
A lot.
No. This is something special. A surprise for tonight. I put her name up on the marquee. Ted, you know that's never been done for an unknown playwright. I want to show her how we believe in her play. I want her to come to the theater tonight and look up at the marquee and see her name spelled out in lights. I want to see her face when she sees it. And now she wants new programs printed up without her name.
Well, do you think it's first night nerves or what?
I don't know what. Good Lord, Ted, we go up in 4 hours. How can I get new programs printed up in 4 hours?
Oh, you can't.
Oh, Ted, she's hysterical. Do me a favor. Go up to her place and talk to her. Make her see it is impossible. Will you do that for me?
Oh, I don't know, Norman.
Please, Ted.
What'll I say?
You'll think of something.
I hope so.
Sure you will. She likes you. You'll think of something.
Oh, what name does she want you to put on the programs? Or do you just say by anonymous?
She wants me to substitute another name.
Any other name?
No. She was very specific about the name.
What was it?
Vervane. Martin Vervane.
All the way up to Mrs. Mahaffey's apartment building, I tried to think what I could possibly say to this nice, unassuming woman who had suddenly, seemingly, gone slightly mad. I didn't know her awfully well. Most of her contacts had been with Norman. But she and I had always gotten along. When I got to the apartment, I waited a moment and then pushed the button. It was at least a full minute before the door opened. And when it did, it wasn't Mrs. Mahaffey. It was a dumpy little woman I'd seen around the theater a few times.
Yes.
Is Mrs. Mahaffey in?
Oh, what? I'm afraid she isn't seeing anyone right now.
Oh, well, maybe she'd see me.
Mrs. Mahaffey's play is opening tonight on Broadway.
I know. I work for Mr. Gelb, the producer. I'm Ted Harris. Mr. Gelb asked me to come up here and talk to her.
Oh. Well, in that case, come on in. She might see you if it's about the play. I'm Dorothy Dillingham. I'm a friend of Kay's. Actually, Kay wrote the play at my house. I have a little place up in the Catskills.
Oh, is that so?
Oh, yes. Well, we're very close, Kay and I. Both being widows. My husband and hers died the same year, within a few months of each other.
I've done all I could. I can't do any more. They won't listen to me. Nobody will listen. Nobody understands. I've tried, but it's no use. No use.
That's Kay.
She sounds very upset.
She's been upset ever since the road tour.
Mr. Gelb says she wants her name taken off the program.
She does. She's quite determined.
But doesn't she know that that's impossible?
Well, if she does, it doesn't make any difference.
But we open tonight, Mrs. Dillingham. Less than 4 hours from now.
I know.
Mr. Gelb said she wanted another name substituted.
Martin Vervane.
You know about that?
Oh, yes.
Mrs. Dillingham, on the way over here, it occurred to me, does Mrs. Mahaffey think that a man's name would be better for some reason? Because if that's what she thinks, those days are past. It might have been true once. I guess it was. But these days, a woman's name is as good as a man's. Maybe better.
I know.
Well, then why would she...
Have you done it?
Oh, Kay, dear.
Mrs. Mahaffey...
Have you done it? That's all I want to know, so that I can get some rest. Have you done it, Mr. Harris? Have you removed my name?
Mrs. Mahaffey, we open in less than 4 hours. You can't get new programs printed up in less than 4 hours. There isn't a printer in New York that could do that.
Well, have you tried?
There's no sense in trying. It can't be done.
Oh, what am I going to do?
Mrs. Mafy, you've written a wonderful play. You should be proud.
Oh, I'm ruined. I'm ruined.
Mr. Gelb has such faith in your play. He's even had your name put up in lights.
Lights? Lights?
Well, yes, on the marquee. You know, over the entrance to the theater. It was supposed to be a surprise for you. It's a very unusual honor. He thought you'd be so happy.
Happy? I'll never be happy again. Oh, how can you do this to me?
Mrs. Dillingham.
Oh, I'm ruined. I'm ruined for life.
Perhaps you'd better go, Mr. Harris.
If you need me, I'll be at the office.
Good. Because I think it's very likely I'm going to need you.
Well, I bombed out. That was obvious. I'd gone there to try and pacify an hysterical woman, and if anything, I'd made things worse. Well, what did Norman expect from me? A miracle?
I know you tried.
She kept yelling, I'm ruined. I'll kill myself.
She wouldn't do that, would she?
At this point, I'm not prepared to say what she'd do or wouldn't do. She's one crazy lady.
Well, crazy or not, the curtain goes up tonight, 8 o'clock sharp. Who's that, for Pete's sake?
You want me to find out?
I don't want to talk to anybody.
Mr. Harris.
Norm, it's Mrs. Dillingham.
Oh, is that Mr. Gelb?
Yes. How's Mrs. Mahaffey?
Not too good. That's why I had to talk to you. I think there's something you should know.
Come in, Mrs. Dillingham.
Mr. Gelb, I know Mrs. Mahaffey seems to be acting in a very peculiar manner.
You could say that. Yes, you could say that.
Wanting the name Martin Vervane put on the program.
It's crazy.
Not completely. Because, you see, Martin Vervane did write the play.
But you mean to stand there and tell me Mrs. Mahaffey did not write this play? She stole it?
No.
Plagiarized
No.
it? Then what did she do? Where did she get hold of it?
Oh, please.
Mrs. Dillingham, was Mr. Vervane a collaborator?
You could call him that.
Mr. Vervane and Mrs. Mahaffey worked on the play together.
Yes, that's it.
Oh, she never told me that. And now this Vervane wants to cut in on the royalties. He'll sue.
No, Mr. Gelb.
Well, he can sue Mrs. Mahaffey, not me. I acted in complete good faith. My hands are clean.
Mr. Vervane won't sue anybody, Mr. Gelb. Mr. Vervane's been dead for 50 years.
People tend to ask writers the oddest things and the tritest. Where do you get your ideas? Do you write every day or just when you feel like it? Do you use a typewriter or put it down in longhand? Do you write in the morning or the afternoon or at night? As though by learning the mechanics, anyone could write. If you've ever tried it, you already know that nothing could be further from the truth. We'll return shortly with Act 2. Norman Gelb, theatrical producer, and his assistant, Ted Harris, have been disturbed, to put it mildly, by the demands of their new and talented playwright, Kay Mahaffey, to remove her name from the programs and substitute the name of Martin Vervane. The demand seems pointless as well as impossible. The opening is to take place this very night. As our first act ended, Mrs. Mahaffey's friend, Dorothy Dillingham, stood in the office of Mr. Gelb, and we heard...
Was Mr. Vervane a collaborator? They worked on the play together?
You could say that, yes.
Oh, she never told me that. And now this Vervane wants to cut in on the royalties. He'll sue. Well, he can sue Mrs. Mahaffey, not me. My hands are clean.
Mr. Vervane won't sue anybody, Mr. Gelb. Mr. Vervane's been dead for 50 years.
Norman and I just sat there, looking stupid.
I know this must sound strange to you.
Strange. You said strange.
It does sound a little strange.
It would to anybody who doesn't understand automatism.
Automatism?
Never heard of it.
Well, you see, in the field of parapsychology, in which I happen to be very well versed...
Mrs. Dillingham, why don't you start at the beginning and tell us how Mrs. Mafy got mixed up with Mr. Vervane? How they happened to, get together and write this play.
Yeah, start at the beginning.
All right, I'll do that.
Please.
Well, Kay Mahaffey and I are very good, very old friends. We went to school together. Her husband died, and my husband died the same year. I took a little house up in the Catskills, and Kay went on living in New York because she got a job at the United Nations.
Translating, we know that.
Well, every Saturday almost, I'd come into New York, and we'd have lunch and go to a matinee. And this particular Saturday, over the luncheon table... You're not looking well, Kay, if you'll forgive my saying so.
Oh, I haven't been sleeping well, that's the truth.
Oh, my dear.
Well, it's living alone. Even after all these years, I can't get used to it.
William visits me every night. It's a great
Oh,
comfort.
Dorotha, please, don't get started on that spiritualist stuff again.
I know you don't believe in it.
It's fantasy. It's pure fantasy.
Call it anything you like. William does visit me.
Well, I simply can't go along with you on that. Although...
Yes? What are you thinking?
The oddest thing happened at the UN yesterday. I wasn't going to tell you about it. I wasn't going to tell anybody because it was so weird.
What? What was it?
Well, the man who does the French translating, he started to cough. And for a few seconds, he controlled it well enough, but then I could sense that it was getting the better of him, and I...
Yes, yes.
I jumped in and took over.
In French?
Yes.
But you can't speak French.
Oh, I told you it was weird. Of course, it was only for a sentence or two, but they told me later I was perfectly accurate and my accent was quite good.
Kay, you have gifts. Believe me, I've always thought so, but I didn't want to discuss it with you because you've always been such a goat.
A what? A goat?
That's what we call the skeptics. Goats. Believers like me are called sheep.
Well, I think I'll stay with the goats.
But, my dear, your subconscious self has great power. Actually, everyone's has. Far greater power than the primary consciousness, the one we live with. Don't you see? When you jumped in for the French translator, your subconscious self took over. You hadn't been sleeping well. You told me so. You were over the border.
I was what?
Over the border. Your incarnate spirit was sufficiently over the border to receive, but still able to control its own supraliminal. You were able to receive from the French translator, but still able to say the words aloud.
Oh, Dorotha, I don't know. It sounds like gibberish.
Tell you what, after the matinee, come back with me to the Catskills. Stay overnight. You need the rest anyway, and we can talk some more. After the matinee, we drove up to my house together. I knew she was still very skeptical towards the whole thing, not to say hostile. So, on the way, I kept the conversation on very mundane subjects. Kay hardly said anything at all. I made her go and lie down while I fixed dinner. And after we'd finished eating, without any prompting from me, she said,
What you were saying at lunch about the power of the subconscious self.
Yes?
How do you get in touch with it? With the power?
Well, there are different ways. I use a Ouija board.
A Ouija board? I didn't know they still made those things.
Oh, my dear. Everyone who's into parapsychology knows about Ouija boards.
Do you have one?
Of course I have one. You want to see it?
I might look at it.
I'll get it. It's right here.
What you said at lunch about being over the border,
Yes?
I don't know if that's what I'm feeling right now. I have an idea it's just the mountain air.
How do you feel right now?
Sort of, disconnected.
Disassociated?
I don't know what that means.
It could be the beginning of a trance state.
It's very odd. You know, I'm not sure I like it.
Well, here's the Ouija board.
I think my mother had one of those.
It has the letters and numbers from 1 to 10, plus yes and no, and goodbye.
Oh, it's such a funny name, Ouija.
Well, it's a combination of the French and the German words for yes. Oui, French. Ja, German.
How strange.
Kay, I know what you're thinking. What happened yesterday at the UN? How you translated into French?
When I only know German.
Oh, let's start, shall we? Oh, this is all so exciting. Now, this little three-legged, heart-shaped thing is a planchette. We put our fingertips on it very lightly. Yes, that's right. And then we wait till it moves. We were there for hours, till almost midnight. For the first hour, nothing happened. Nothing at all. I was willing to give up. I thought Kay was too tired to continue. Perhaps we'd do better in the morning. But about 10 o'clock, the planchette started to move. It spelled M-A-R. And then it stopped.
Martin.
Yes, but we didn't know that then.
Well, what else did it spell out?
Nothing. Just M-A-R. Over and over again for 2 solid hours.
Then what happened?
Well, a little after 11, Kay looked so exhausted, I insisted that she go to bed. We weren't getting anything new on the Ouija board. I said we could try again in the morning. So we each went to our own rooms and went to sleep. At least I did. But in the morning, when I went to make breakfast, there was Kay, standing over the table, staring at the Ouija board. Morning, Bright Eyes. Did you sleep well?
I didn't sleep at all.
Okay.
Did you?
Like a top? Never woke up once?
Are you sure?
Well, of course I'm sure.
You didn't come into my room whistling?
Of course not.
Somebody did. Are you sure? You might have walked in your sleep.
I never walk in my sleep, and I can't whistle.
Dorothy, a little after midnight, just after I'd gotten into bed, I heard it. The whistling. It was an old tune. Indian love call. Do you remember that?
Yes, I remember. Well, was that all? Just the whistling?
I think so. Except I seem to hear someone scolding me. Someone very annoyed and irritable.
Okay, let's use the Ouija board again, right this minute. Maybe, just
Dorothy,
maybe.
do you mind if I use it by myself?
Why, no.
I have this feeling someone is trying to reach me. If I could just be alone.
Of course, I left her alone and went out to the kitchen. But a minute later, I heard it. Very faint, but unmistakable.
Well, she could have been whistling it herself, couldn't she?
Well, of course she could have been.
Of course she could have.
Well, let me tell you what happened next. I took a good long time fixing breakfast. I ate by myself in the kitchen so as not to disturb Kay in the living room. I cleaned up and putted around, and a couple of hours later, I looked up to see Kay standing in the doorway.
Dorothy, I know who it is.
Who, Kay?
The M-A-R. You remember how those letters kept showing up on the Ouija board last night?
Yes, just M-A-R.
They are the first letters of the name Martin.
Do you know a Martin?
Well, this Martin is Martin Vervane.
And you know a Martin Vervane?
Well, this Martin Vervane died 50 years ago.
Okay.
He was an actor. A very great actor, a star. It was his whistle I heard last night, and his voice, though it was very indistinct.
Maybe he was reciting from one of the plays he starred in.
No, I told you. He was scolding me.
But why?
Because It seems he has a play in mind. A play he wanted to write while he was a living actor. But he never had the time or the leisure to write it.
But why should he scold you?
Because he's been trying for years now to persuade me to write it for him.
Only he could never get through to you.
Something like that.
Kay, are you going to? Are you going to write the play?
I must. Don't you think so? Martin Vervane, after all these years, has gotten through to me. Dorotha, I can't let him down.
That night, about midnight, I heard it. I heard the soft creaking of Kay's bed. Heard the door of her room open and close. Heard her go into the living room, pull up a chair. And I knew, I was sure that through the Ouija board, she was receiving the words of the departed actor Martin Vervane. Sure enough, in the morning, I went into the living room, and there was Kay, her face glowing, though she had had no sleep for a day and a half.
The first act is finished, Dorotha. All night I worked. It went so fast I could hardly keep up, but the first act is complete. Oh, Dorotha, who would have thought that I...
Why not you? Why should you not be an automatist? Elizabeth Barrett Browning and Victor Hugo received messages by automatic writing. Why not you?
Oh, I never dreamed.
It's no more than simple telepathy, the fusing of the incarnate with the excarnate spirit.
Is that what's happening?
Martin Vervane is the communicator. That's all an entity ever is.
An entity, you say?
An essence, a being from beyond, a sender, as you are a receiver.
Oh, Dorotha. Dorotha, that this should happen to me.
Sunday night, at about midnight, I heard it again. And I heard Kay get up and go into the living room. But this time she didn't pull up a chair. Instead, I heard the soft tread of her feet, up and down the room. And I heard, even though I could not make out the exact words, I could hear her voice, low, soft, all through the night, her voice declaiming.
What was she doing?
Why, she was composing the play, of course, as it came to her from Martin Vervane.
A play does not get written that way.
I know you are one of the goats, Mr. Gale.
Oh, what happened next, Mrs. Dillingham?
Well, the next day was Monday, and Kay phoned the UN to tell them she wouldn't be in. That, as a matter of fact, she'd have to take off the rest of the week. And every night, about midnight, I heard the whistle, and I'd hear Kay get up and go into the living room. But along about Thursday, I think it was, I didn't hear her voice as I had before. I heard instead, you'll never believe this, I heard a typewriter. Yes, a typewriter. Kay was taking down Martin Vervane's words on a typewriter.
It's incredible.
I told you wouldn't believe me.
You must admit, Mrs. Dillingham, it's not easy.
Oh, no, of course it isn't. The part about the typewriter, I found that hard to believe myself. Though I had heard of such a thing a long time ago. Well, the next morning I confronted Kay with it.
You don't mind my using your typewriter, do you?
Of course not, but did you? Was it really?
Was I really typing the play? Yes, of course I was.
It sounded so easy. You went so fast.
Oh, Dorotha, there's nothing to it. You know what I've decided? I've decided I'm the entity.
Oh, no, Kay. Martin Vervane is the entity. You are the automatist.
That may have been true in the beginning, but then I went ahead on my own. This is my play. I've even thought of the title. The Color of Desire. Do you like it?
Yes, but
I was just typing up the title page. The Color of Desire by K. Mafy. There.
Tell me, John Matthias, someone is supposed to have said to the man who came to be known as St. John of the Cross, tell me, how do you write your beautiful canticles? To which the poet-priest, they say, replied, sometimes God helps me, and sometimes I do it by myself. If the great saint received help from the deity, why should not Kay Mahaffey get help from a deceased actor named Martin Vervane? No reason at all that I can see. We'll continue shortly with Act 3. In our second act, we heard from the lips of Dorothy Dillingham the account of how her friend Kay Mahaffey came to write a play. How, after a session with the Ouija board, a discarnate spirit, who in his incarnate existence had been an actor named Martin Vervane, made himself known to Mrs. Mahaffey and conveyed to her telepathically a play he had wanted to write himself during his lifetime. As the act ended, we heard Mrs. Mahaffey say,
Dorothy, I am the entity.
Kay, Martin Vervane is the entity. You are the automatist.
That may have been true at first, and then I went ahead on my own. This is my play. I've even given it a title. The Color of Desire. I was just typing the title page. The Color of Desire by Kay Mahaffey. There.
The next morning, we got out the yellow pages, and we looked up theatrical producers, and we tore the page out of the phone book and glued it to the Ouija board, and moved the planchette over it. And the planchette stopped at the name Norman Gelb, and we gathered up all the pages and put them in a folder and sent them to you.
That is incredible.
I know it's hard for you to believe.
It's impossible.
Mrs. Dillingham, when Mrs. Mahaffey came in here to discuss the production, and all during rehearsals and all the time out of town on tour, she seemed all right. She wasn't, the way she is now.
I know. But she wrote me, I think it was from Philadelphia, that Martin Vervane was starting to give her trouble.
What kind of trouble?
She didn't say exactly, but she did say he was using bad language and threatening her.
What, you mean physically?
I think so.
Mrs. Dillingham, Mrs. Mahaffey has been under a great strain.
I should say she has.
No. I mean for a long time. Maybe ever since her husband died. Living alone, earning a living, all that. And then she writes this wonderful play. It just comes to her. These things do happen that way sometimes. And it's bought and cast and put into rehearsal and produced and tried out. That's all a lot of excitement and involvement. Even if you've been through it before, it's a big strain. And it wouldn't surprise me a bit if Mrs. Mahaffey's sort of, broken down a little. Her nerves have gotten the best of her. That's all it is.
I'll get it. Norman Gelb's office.
Let me speak to Mrs. Dillingham. I know she's there.
Sure. It's for you. I think it's Mrs. Mahaffey.
Oh. Kay? Oh, dear. Oh, that's awful. Oh, Kay. Yes, of course I will. Right away, dear. I have to go. He's with her and behaving badly.
Sure. You run along. We'll see you at the opening.
I'm not sure Kay will be able to come to the opening, Mr. Gelb.
Not coming to the opening of her own play? Who ever heard of such a thing? This is going to be a night to remember.
Well, Norman and I will remember it, that's for sure. He and I stood up in the back of the theater all through the performance. The play had never gone better. Everything went like clockwork. The actors were magnificent. And when the curtain came down on the third act...
Oh, wow. Wow, terrific.
Darn shame she's not here.
Oh, yeah. Finally, they stopped applauding. Finally, they emptied the theater. Norm and I sat in the green room, happy and exhausted. Only one thing remained, the notices. What would the critics say about the play? It didn't seem possible they wouldn't rave about it. But one thing is sure about the theater. You could never be sure.
What do you think, Ted?
Oh, a smash.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, can't miss.
Yeah.
Still, critics are funny people.
Yeah. What do you say we go across the street?
Okay, where's your coat?
Just across the street? I don't need it.
Okay, let's go.
You know, Ted, it's a funny thing about the theater. 1 minute it's full of life. Sound, lights, people. The performance ends, the applause stops, the people leave, and it's silent as death and as dark. Look, even the lights on the marquee are going out. Okay, let's cross the street. Oh, no. Wait a minute, Ted.
What's the matter?
You know, I can't stand the idea of Mrs. Mahaffey not being with us when the notices start to come in. I don't want to sit there with just you and my mother. Go on up to Kay's apartment and see if you can't talk her into joining us.
Well, why don't you come with me? She'll listen to you better than to me.
My mother's over there waiting for us. You go, huh?
Okay.
Tell her we just have to have her with us, huh, Ted? Tell her it's the big night for all of us.
Well, I got a taxi and drove to Kay's place. When the door opened and it wasn't Kay Mahaffey, it was Dorothy Dillingham. And she looked worried.
Come in, Mr. Harris.
Isn't Mrs. Mahaffey here?
She's in the bedroom, but don't go in there. She won't recognize you.
Is she sick?
Not exactly. The doctor left just before you got here. He says she's all right. She'll come out of it.
Come out of what?
Well, the doctor said it's a sleep of exhaustion, but I know better.
What do you think it is?
I think it's deep trance.
Oh, no. Mrs. Dillingham.
It started at 8 o'clock. I was in here, and she was in the bedroom. I heard her cry out, Don't, please don't. Mr. Harris, I'm sure he was with her.
You mean?
Martin Vervane. After a while, I went in there, and she was lying on the bed, perfectly quiet. I spoke to her, but she didn't answer me. That's when I called the doctor. I was worried.
Well, of course you were.
The doctor said he found bruise marks on her body.
Oh?
You know how I think they got there?
Now, Mrs. Dillingham.
I know. You're not a believer.
No, I'm sure there's a simple explanation for the bruises.
That's what the doctor said. But I know better.
Mrs. Dillingham, Mr. Gelb and I were very disappointed that neither of you came to the opening.
Oh, did it go well?
Oh, very well. Very, very well.
Oh, excuse me. Hello?
Mr. Harris there?
Oh, yes, just a second. For you.
Thanks. Hello?
Ted, the notices are starting to come in. Radio, TV. Ted, they are sensational, fantastic, out of this world.
Oh, wow.
Tell Mrs. Mahaffey she's got to come down here. How is she, by the way?
Well, I haven't seen her yet.
Oh, well, tell her this is something she can't miss. Once-in-a-lifetime thing, unforgettable.
Marvelous, Norm. I'll do my best here.
Don't take no for an answer. See you, and make it soon.
Yeah. See you soon, Norman.
That was Mr. Gelb.
Yes, and he says...
Oh, yes, dear. It was Mr. Norman Gelb.
Oh, Mr. Gelb?
Mrs. Mahaffey, Mr. Gelb was calling from a restaurant across the street from the theater. The theater where your play opened tonight.
Oh, yes. The play.
Mrs. Mahaffey, the reviews are starting to come in. Radio, television. Mrs. Mahaffey, they're all great.
Oh, I wrote the play. Just as Mr. Vervane told me to. I never corrected or changed a thing.
Mrs. Mahaffey, Mr. Gelb wants the three of us to join him.
He does?
Yes, and when you walk in, probably everybody will applaud.
For me?
Oh, of course for you.
How will they know who I am?
Well, your picture's been in the papers, and you'll be with me.
Okay, let's go.
Well,
I'll get your coat.
they'll really applaud?
Sure. And we'll sit with Mr. Gelb, and people will stop by the table and congratulate you and tell you how much they liked your play.
Oh, it does sound like fun.
Oh, it is fun, Mrs. Mahaffey. It's fun like no other fun in the world.
Here's your coat, Kay. I've got mine.
Ladies, shall we go? In the taxi, I didn't say much. I was secretly pleased with myself. For once, I had succeeded with Mrs. Mahaffey. And I looked forward to watching her take in all the glories, all the splendor of the theatrical world, which too often is grubby and depressing. But tonight, she'd see it with its best foot forward, and she would be thrilled. So far as I know, there's no bigger thrill to be had than the one that comes from a play that's a smash hit.
I hope I'm doing the right thing.
Of course you are.
You just wait and see, Mrs. Mahaffey. It'll be the experience of your life.
Will it?
You bet it will.
Mr. Harris. Mr. Harris, are you whistling?
Me? No. Are you?
No, I can't whistle.
I knew I shouldn't have come.
Driver.
Yeah?
Were you whistling just now?
Why should I be whistling?
Is the radio on?
You want the radio on?
No.
Here you are.
Come on, Mrs. Dillingham.
I heard it. I know I did. Didn't you?
Yes. Come on, Mrs. Mahaffey.
I shouldn't have come.
Oh, yes, you should.
Look across the street.
What is it, Kay?
Look up there. The lights.
The marquee.
It's lighting up. The lights are going on. One by one.
The Color of Desire. By
Martin Vervane.
Ted Harris told you at the very start. He said you wouldn't believe it, didn't he? And you don't, do you? I don't blame you. It's a completely incredible story. Do I believe it? Well, I am rather like the White Queen in Alice in Wonderland. I have trained myself to believe 3 incredible things before breakfast. Once you get the hang of it, it's easy. Try it. You'll discover that half the things you find incredible turn out to be true. Incredible, isn't it? Mrs. K. Mahaffey never wrote another play. The Color of Desire ran for 3.5 years. Did Martin Vervane desert her? Or did she desert Martin Vervane? There have been several playwrights who have written one successful play and were never able to do it again. Perhaps K. Mahaffey was one of these. Or should I say Martin Vervane was one? I leave it up to you. Believe whatever you like. Whatever you believe may very well turn out to be true. Our cast included Norman Rose, Don Scardino, Bryna Rayburn, and Ann Petoniak. The entire production was under the direction of Hyman Brown. Radio Mystery Theater was sponsored in part by General Electric Citizen Band Radios. This is E.G. Marshall inviting you to return to our Mystery Theater for another adventure in the macabre. Until next time, pleasant dreams. The CBS Radio Mystery Theater presents... Come in. Welcome. I'm E.G. Marshall. So often, it is the unpredictable that changes the shape of our future. Some people plan each move very carefully. Others take life as it comes. But all of us, at one time or another, inadvertently see or hear something that was not intended for our eyes or ears. The darkest of secrets have been shared unexpectedly, and so has the guilt that goes with it. Our story is a case in point. But there's more. Can you always be sure of what you see or hear?
You will pay for this. I have done nothing. You have dared to come here behind my back. If you would challenge me, sir, then let it be sword for sword, like honorable men. Too late. Much too late. You have dishonored her, and for that you must die. And now, she shall be next.
Our mystery drama, What the Shepherd Saw, is from a short story by Thomas Hardy, adapted especially for the Mystery Theater by Elizabeth Pennell, and stars Russell Horton. It is sponsored in part by Contact, the 12-hour cold capsule, and Buick Motor Division. I'll be back shortly with Act One. On the Salisbury Plain in Wiltshire, England, is a mysterious ruin, a stupendous collection of upright stone slabs and lintels laid out in a ceremonial pattern. It is called Stonehenge, and archaeologists date the earliest remains as far back as 2000 B.C. There is evidence that the largest, or Hellstone, came from Marlborough Downs, some 20 miles to the north, where natural outcroppings rise from the ground. And as though it were a pattern for Stonehenge, you will find here a trilithon, 3 oblong stones in the form of a doorway, a ruin known as the Devil's Door. There are tales of strange happenings and apparitions hovering over this eerie place. One was prompted by an occurrence in the 18th century, but I'll let William Mills tell his own story.
I will be haunted forever by the events of 3 nights which utterly changed the course of my life. For better or worse, I cannot say. True, I have become an educated man, but perhaps I should have remained an ignorant shepherd on Marlborough Down. I hated that place, and yet there is magic in it. The night my tale begins was as cold and clear as only England can be in the last week of December, with a moon that shone bright and hard on the Devil's Door. Each stone had been worn, scratched, split, attacked by 10,000 different weathers. But that night, those stones glistened silver with frost, and they were frightening. I tended the flocks under the tutelage of... well, he had a name, but we always called him the Old Man.
Be ye sleepy?
Old man, who could be sleepy on a night like this?
I'll get along home and rest for a few hours. The ewes need no more tending until daybreak.
Don't leave me, old man.
Oh, now that's the first time I ever heard you ask for my company.
It's bitter cold, and I do not choose to walk alone on a night like this.
You do not choose to do anything, no more than I.
May I at least take refuge in the hut?
Aye. It is warmer there, and I left a few coals in the brazier.
Thank you, sir. Even though I wish you would stay with me.
What's gotten into you, boy? I said you could nap a bit, but mind, not longer at once than while the shade of the Devil's Door moves a couple of spans. For you must keep an eye upon the ewes.
He left me, and I made my way to the hut, a short distance from the Devil's Door. This tiny hut was completely hidden by a dense growth of firs, a sturdy bastion of bushes which protected it from the elements. There was an opening on one side, like a paneless window, with the firs cut through beyond it, so I had a clear view of the down where the sheep were grazing, and of the ominous stone doorway which cast a shadow at all times, like the pointer on a sundial. I was restless. I couldn't sleep. It must have been around 11 o'clock when I sat bolt upright, then crept to the window opening with a premonition that something was wrong. Not a sound from the sheep, but in front of the trilithon, stark in the moon's glare, stood a man. He was slender, dressed in black. I was overwhelmed by the sight of this astonishing presence in such a lonely spot. My astonishment doubled, for a second figure glided across the plain. This time, a woman. A figure of elegance wrapped in a long fur cloak.
You have come, Harriet.
You summoned me? But why, Fred? Why?
Oh, my dearest, it has been so long. Let me hold you in my arms.
No. Fred, please. I have come here, yes, but not for that.
How long I have dreamed of this moment.
Fred, let me go. How did you get here? You wrote that you were in the provinces, across the ocean.
I have seen many lands and many faces since I last walked these downs. But always I have thought only of you.
Oh, I'm flattered. But surely there's some other reason why you've called me here so strangely.
Yes. I have heard that the Duke does not treat you well.
Oh, he's sometimes hot-tempered, but for that he should not be condemned.
I have heard that he speaks roughly to you.
I have no right to question the character of my husband. Why, you don't even know him.
Harriet, dearest, is this fair or honest? Your life with the Duke is a sad one.
You know nothing about the way I spend my days. My life passes quite pleasantly.
Pleasantly? The world should be spread at your feet for the beauty of your face.
Don't speak like that, and don't stare at me so.
Yes, you are a duchess, and I am no more than a soldier of fortune. But it is not impossible that I may be able to help you.
I did not call on you for help. You summoned me. Well, if that's all you have to say, I see now that I should not have come. It was foolish and impulsive of me.
If I weren't a gentleman, I would take you away with me. I could do it, you know, to save you from
Fred,
myself.
let go of me.
At this dramatic moment, the wind took their voices away, and when next the man spoke, it was in dull, flat tones.
Very well. I see you are dead and lost to me.
Then let it be that way, and set me free.
As I once loved you, Harriet, I love you now, more so than ever. But you are not the woman you once were. So be it. I will never see you again.
Oh, Fred, there's no need to take such a tragic tone. Things have changed, except that you are my friend. So why shouldn't we meet?
When?
I don't know. I would not be here now, except that the Duke is away from home.
When will he be back?
The day after tomorrow, or the day after that.
Then meet me again tomorrow night.
Oh, no, Fred. I am here out of pity. Because in your letter you sounded so forlorn. I believed you were the one that was in trouble.
I have traveled 2,000 miles just to assure myself that you are all right. You must see me once more.
I repeat, I cannot. If anyone should find out, there would be slander and heaven knows what.
Then tell me two things. That you did love me once, and that your husband is unkind to you often enough to make you think of the time when you cared for me.
Yes, I confess to both. But owning to them shows a weakness in character, and I would not want you to infer that I could ever resume our old relationship.
No, there is so much more I must tell you. Will you come once more?
Oh, you're very persuasive. One final goodbye, then. I will meet you tomorrow night or the night after. Now let me go.
They parted, with the Duchess hurrying toward Shake Forest Towers, the mansion which dominated the countryside. The man watched until she was out of sight, and then set off in the opposite direction. Silence and emptiness. I was uneasy with a nameless fear. And then, I knew why. From the shadow cast by the Trilobon stepped another figure. I could not see his face, for he wore a visored cap. A stocky person, booted and spurred, obviously a horseman. He marched toward the spot where the two had held their tryst. I was terrified for fear he would discover the opening. But he stopped and walked heavily back to the Devil's Door. Then I could see the glint of the object he held in his hand, a long and shining dagger which he pointed meaningfully in the direction the first man had taken. Sheathing the wicked blade, he strode off, and soon I could hear the receding beat of horses' hooves. I trembled at the implications of what I'd seen. Of course, this second man had been witness to the meeting of the Duchess and the man named Fred. I was leaning against the sill of the opening, mesmerized when I heard the sounds and the shouts of the old man.
Bill Mills, come here at once.
What's happened? Why have you returned so soon? It's too early for you to be back, sir.
The sheep, lad, the sheep. I tossed and turned on my bed, but you were the one who was sleeping.
But I have not shut an eye.
Ah, a shepherd you call yourself. Look at the flock. Something has disturbed them.
I give you my word. I have been watching.
Yonder lamb has strayed from its mother. Go after him, Bill. And the old ewe has twins. Light your lantern and bring it to me. The moon is getting low.
I scrambled, rescuing lambs which seemed to be straying in all directions. Surely they had not been like that before. Had I been too preoccupied to notice their distress? Or had the sheep, too, lain still in the presence of unexpected visitors?
This is not like you, Bill. First, you have not done your duty, and now you have lied to me.
I do not lie, old man.
Don't make it worse.
I went to the flock, and then I remained at the window all the rest of the time.
And you saw nothing?
I saw no straying sheep.
Aha. The Duke's men will be after us for this.
After us for what?
For not doing our duty.
Sir, not a sheep has been lost.
No thanks to you.
I promise not to let it happen again.
You can keep that promise. Tomorrow night.
But I wondered if I could. Other promises had been made. And who knew what I might be witness to on the following night? Or the one after that.
Who knows, indeed, what may next take place in the shadow of the Devil's Door. Windswept Marlborough Downs, where only shepherds roam at night, has now become the stage for a drama enacted by three people whom we must learn more about. We'll be there for further developments when I return shortly with Act Two. The second night, like the previous one, was cold and brilliantly clear, and the massive Devil's Door glistened with silver frost. Bill Mills had been tending his sheep, but shortly before 11 o'clock, he hastened to the hut and took up his post of the night before at the open window. And he did not have long to wait, for almost at once came not the couple whose words he had overheard, but a rider on a galloping horse.
Beyond the Devil's Door was a gully and a stand of furze bushes much like the one where I was hidden. Now I knew why I'd not seen the horse last night. The horse and rider were blotted out completely before the man emerged alone from behind the dense bushes. And as this short, heavy-set figure moved into the light of the full moon, I gasped at my earlier stupidity. Of course. It was none other than the Duke himself. The man on whom my livelihood depended, the ruler absolute of our community. I'd only seen him before at great distances. And now, he was walking directly toward my hideout. He would find me, and heaven knows what would be my fate. This time, he would discover the way that led to the door. I quickly burrowed under a pile of straw in the corner and tried to lie as still as the dead. I felt like an insect about to be stepped on by a giant's foot.
Hello? Hello, anybody in there? Yes, this should suit my purposes nicely. When they come, I'll be ready.
I was scarce breathing, but the heavy breath of the Duke and his mutterings assured me that he was too busy to pay attention to any stirrings from my corner.
A nightly meeting. I must surprise her before she comes.
Stealthily, the Duke left the hut, and I crept to the window opening. The slender young man was there, pacing back and forth in the moonlight. He had no chance to run or defend himself as the enraged Duke, arms outstretched like a vulture's wings, descended upon him, made a grab for his throat, and caught him by the collar.
Let me go. If you seek my purse, I am but a poor soldier and have no gold. You have taken something more precious than gold. Who are you? And what do you want? No man or woman deceives me. I seek revenge. I have done nothing to you. You have dared to come here behind my back. What? Did she send you to trap me? She shall pay for this as well as you. If you would challenge me, then let it be sword for sword, like honorable men. Wait. You have dishonored her, and for that you shall die the death you deserve.
The young man put up a valiant struggle as they skirmished into the furze bushes out of my range of view. But I could hear the awful sound of battle, and finally, the thud of a falling body as the Duke cried triumphantly, "She shall be next." Silence for several seconds, but a bloody dagger was tossed out onto the grass. And then the Duke appeared, dragging the inert body straight through the devil's door and down into the gully beyond. Oh, I knew that the sheep needed tending, but I dared not move. Shortly, the Duke came back to reclaim his weapon. He wiped the blade until the steel glittered wickedly. And should he return to the hut, I knew that dagger would be at my throat. But he paced back and forth by the trilithon, stopping often to glance in the direction of Shake Forest Towers. After what seemed like hours, but could have been no more than 30 minutes, the Duke returned to the hollow, and sometime later came back, leading his horse, which he mounted slowly and rode away. I was in a panic. My promise to the old man was forgotten. No one was going to leave me alone with a dead body. Whatever the consequences, I had to get away. Which way to run? Impending disaster made me follow the Duke. And soon I'd taken a shortcut, which brought me up to the very gates of his estate. I crouched in the bushes and stared in fascination. For there, at the portal, stood the Duchess in her long fur cape. The Duke's horse was approaching.
Ah, my dear, you have come.
What are you doing here at the gates?
I came to welcome you.
I wasn't expected till tomorrow.
I was at the turret window, and I saw your horse far out on the down.
Why are you up so late if you thought I would not return until tomorrow?
I couldn't sleep because something very strange has happened.
There's no question that something has happened. Let us go inside. I have a score to settle with you.
No, please. You must listen to me. And it's such a perfect night.
A perfect night for meeting?
Of course, and here you are. My dear husband, home just in time to help me solve a troublesome problem.
Very well. A few minutes more or less won't matter now.
But it's really serious. My cousin, Fred Ogborn, Captain Ogborn as he is now, was a great admirer of mine when he was a boy.
My dear, you have far too many admirers.
We were children who played together. I was 6 years older. He was absurdly fond of me. I had not seen him for many years, and I'd quite forgotten about those old times.
Then why must you bring it up tonight, of all nights?
Why? Because of what has happened. The day before yesterday, I received a mysterious note. It came from Fred. He begged me to meet him at once. What he had to say in his note frightened me out of my wits.
He threatened you?
No. He recalled our early friendship. And then he wrote something like this. If my life and future are of any concern to you at all, I beg you that you will grant me my request.
What did the man want?
He requested that I meet him at 11 last night by the Druid Stones in Marlbury Downs.
He dared ask you to go there alone?
Well, the tone of his letter was so distraught, I thought I...
Only a fool would answer such a request. And besides, I don't believe what you're telling me.
They walked almost beyond the range of my hearing, And I was hanging so closely on every word that I must have become careless. For the Duke broke off suddenly and looked in my direction.
What was that?
It's only Hero.
Oh, yes, he's rubbing down. I'll call the stable boy and we'll go into the house.
Well, wait, no, dearest, not yet. I must explain to you what I've done.
I know perfectly well what you have done. You've deceived me.
My Lord, I have never deceived you.
You went to this man at night and alone.
But I had to. You were not here.
You would have shown me this letter if I had been here?
Well, of course, my dearest. And you've not heard the rest of it.
Well, go on.
He said that his entire happiness depended upon seeing me again.
And you were all too willing to believe him.
Well, of course I believed him.
This is too much. The hour is late and I'm weary.
Dearest, let me talk a moment more. I'm still too keyed up to sleep. Even though I feel safe now with you beside me.
Your safety is something you should have thought of long before.
You're quite right. I think it took courage for me to go alone to meet my cousin, don't you?
Courage is scarcely the word I would use.
He was so changed. A full-grown man and an officer.
And no doubt attractive.
And he behaved so badly. What he wanted of me, I don't know even now.
You don't know?
Don't be angry, my lord. I went there to help him.
And so you fell into his arms.
Oh, how can you imagine such a thing? His manner was disgraceful. I held out my hand. He grabbed me around the waist. I was at his mercy. I protested until he calmed down.
And then he persuaded you
Well, he was incoherent. His words were so strange that I knew I should never have come, and I attempted to run away.
Why didn't you?
Well, I tried. He grabbed me again. I pleaded with him to let me go. And he said he would do so if only I would give him a promise.
Oh, what sort of promise?
That I would meet him again, either tonight or tomorrow night.
So that's where you were going when you said you would come to meet me.
Oh, no, my lord. I had no intention of meeting him tonight.
How can I be sure of that?
He asked me to be there at 11 o'clock.
Oh, what the devil are those sheep doing all over the hillside after midnight?
They act as though they're frightened.
And they're running everywhere. Where's the shepherd? Shepherd! Old man! Where are you?
Look, out there. Someone's rounding them up. But it's not the old man.
Boy!
Your Grace?
Come here! Come here! Get these sheep away.
I'm sorry, Your Grace.
I've never seen these animals up here before. Why are they running all over my hillside?
Well, I'm sorry, Your Lordship. I must have fallen asleep.
Where do you come from?
Over yonder.
In which direction?
I live over there, beyond the bonfire. It must have been the flames that awakened me.
Then these are not the sheep of the old man.
Oh, it's the very same, my lady.
But he lives down below near the Devil's Door.
Tell me, shepherd, do your sheep graze by the Druid stone?
Well, only when the grass is high.
Would you say the grass is high tonight?
Oh, no, my lord.
Or the night before?
No, not then either, my lord. If I don't round up my straying flock, the old man will never forgive me.
All right, get these creatures away from here. And I warn you, boy, if you and your old man do not pay more attention to your duties, you'll hear from me.
Oh, one moment more. I'd like to question the boy.
You are coming with me, and you are coming now. Now, that shepherd boy is not the only one who will pay for the consequences of this evening.
The boy was frightened. I hoped to question him. If he saw me running across the down, then you surely would believe me.
I believe what I know to be true.
Then you will help me.
There's just one way in which you can be helped, and I plan to take that course.
Well, I knew you'd see it my way. You'll go with me, won't you?
Go with you where?
Well, since I failed to meet my cousin tonight, he'll be expecting me tomorrow. And we'll give him a surprise.
We?
Well, of course, my dear. You will go with me to the Devil's Door.
How can you suggest such a thing?
I told you Captain Ogburn behaved disgracefully, and I want him to be taught a lesson.
He won't be there.
Oh, of course he will. I have no doubt he's waiting still tonight. And he'll be there tomorrow, just as faithfully. I'm sure my cousin is in some kind of trouble, and you will help me reason with him.
Why should I have anything to do with him?
Because you're my husband. And aiding my kinsman would be no more than human kindness.
Oh, that's a most extraordinary request.
Then grant it to me, out of compassion.
I will go with you for only one reason. To prove to you that your cousin is not the faithful admirer you take him to be.
I expected the old man to unloose his rage when he found me with the flock in total disarray. But he was grimly calm and unquestioning. I wanted to run far away, And I would have if there had been anywhere to go. I must plan my escape somehow, for I could not tolerate spending the lonely nights of the future so close to a moldering corpse. Nor could I tell anyone what I'd seen.
The young shepherd, of course, knows only part of the story. He has already been witness to a clandestine meeting and a crime. He has also heard the Duke vow that his wife will be next. Innocence and guilt do not concern the shepherd. He has been merely the unwitting spectator to a drama. But now, by implication, he fears for his own life. Events of the next night will unfold when I return shortly with Act 3. Is the Duchess as innocent as she would have her husband believe? And is the Duke a viciously cruel man or only a jealous husband? We have many unanswered questions and another surprise in store for William Mills.
The next night, when a lamb strayed to the very shadow of the trilithon, I hastily retrieved him, glancing in fear toward the hollow beyond. I more than half expected a ghost to rise from the ground, a grisly apparition. With the lamb in my arms, I was heading for the hut when 2 figures came into view across the down. There was only one place to hide, in that terrible depression in the ground where the body was hidden. Clutching the small, woolly animal for comfort, I remained on the ground with my eyes closed. They were close enough for me to hear their voices, the Duke and the Duchess. My only thought was of the next bloody deed. If this was to become the lady's burial ground, what would become of me?
I do not see him.
I told you this is a fruitless mission.
Perhaps he's been delayed. The hour is only just past 11.
More likely he had no intention of coming.
Perhaps he saw us both, and he wouldn't understand why you were with me.
Well, come away. I tell you, he's not here.
Wait, there is something over there. I saw the bushes.
I warn you, we must get away from here.
I know someone is down there. Fred? Fred? Don't be afraid. The Duke and I have come to help you.
No, stand back.
What are you doing? Don't harm him. Fred, come out of the shadows.
It's only one of the sheep.
No. Fred is down there. Look.
Who is there? Come out.
Oh, please, Your Grace, I was after a stray sheep.
Oh, it's you, boy.
Yes, sir.
How long have you been there?
Well, only just now, my lord.
Well, it's the same boy of last night.
He's a lying scoundrel.
Shepherd boy, have you seen a man here this evening, waiting in the shadow of the Devil's Door?
Oh, no, my lady. No one but me and the sheep.
A tall man.
No, I swear to you, my lady, there's been no one here this evening.
You see, Harriet, you'll get nothing from him.
Well, I implore you then, let him go. But ask him to keep watch. And then when Fred does come, the boy can give him a message bidding him to come to the towers.
I dared not move. And for once, I prayed that the old shepherd would come before morning. I was ready now to tell him everything. I could no longer live with the thoughts that tormented me. A short while later, to my horror, it was not the old man who came across the plain, but the Duke, returning without her ladyship.
I know full well you're keeping something to yourself. Now tell me the truth and no harm will come to you.
I
blubbering boy. That hut over there. It's a good place to hide, isn't it?
Well, it gives shelter from the wind on cold nights.
And you can see things from there, can't you? What's your name?
William Mills, Your Honor, but I'm nobody.
Have you seen anything strange these nights you've been watching?
Please, Your Lordship, don't hurt me. I will go far away from here.
Perhaps this steel dagger will refresh your memory. Did you see anyone or anything that happened here last night?
My Lord Duke, have mercy. I have never seen you walking here or riding here or lying in wait for a man or dragging a heavy load or...
Well, it is well to know that you have never seen these things.
Never, my lord. Never.
So which do you choose? A repetition of those same things now, or to keep a secret all your life?
Oh, I promise to keep the secret, my Lord Duke.
And what assurance do I have that you can be trusted?
I beg your grace. Try me.
Very well. Something about you is above the ordinary youth. Perhaps I can make your life easier.
Oh, anything. I'll do anything you say, my lord.
And you must change this smock for a real cloth jacket. And those thick boots for polished shoes.
Oh, gladly.
And you shall be taught what you have never yet heard of. And be put to school. And made a man of.
I shall obey your every order.
Very well. Come here to the Druid stones. And kneel down.
Anything you bid me to do, your grace.
This was once a holy place. An oath sworn here is doubly an oath.
I will swear it, my lord.
And say this after me. May all the hosts above, angels and archangels, punish me. May I be tormented wherever I am, in living and dying, and for always, if I ever speak of what I have seen done on this Mulberry Down. Amen and amen. Then, kiss the stone.
I repeated the words and kissed the stone. And that night, I slept in Shake Forest Towers. And the next day, I was sent away to begin my studies in a remote village. For 22 years, I kept my vow. I was a steward now for the Duke. And although I lived alone in a house apart from the towers, one evening, I received a mysterious summons. My destination was a well-kept cottage where I was greeted deferentially and led to a back room. The bed held an emaciated man whose ancient, weather-beaten face looked vaguely familiar.
It is you and you alone I would speak to, Bill Mills.
Very few people know my name.
The time has come for me to set my mind at rest.
You have made a mistake, old man.
I made a mistake many years ago when they searched so many months for that captain fellow. And all the time, I knew.
What did you know?
I knew exactly where he was. And so did you.
Old man, you are raving.
Nay. My mind is clear, and my memory is sharp. That night so long ago, I could not sleep, no more than you. I saw what happened.
By the Trilithon?
Aye. And when the bloody deed was over, I looked into the badger hole just to be sure. And the body was there for all these years, without a stone to mark the grave.
Why did you not come forward?
I am but a poor peasant like you, and I could not betray the Lord Duke, my master.
Then why do you speak now, so many years later?
Because I would free you from spending the rest of your life bearing the burden of this guilty knowledge.
Old man, you make it even more difficult.
I think not. My voice grows faint. Come closer to the bed, and I will tell you what I have done.
After what the old shepherd told me, I could not sleep. My past had opened wide. The long years spent so furtively in spite of creature comforts. Next day, I dared express myself man to man to the Duke. Never before had I gone so boldly into the library without knocking. My patron had long since lost his heaviness of build. Indeed, he was almost a skeleton. His white hair was thin, and his hands were nearly transparent.
Oh, it's you, Mills. Now, sit down. You look concerned.
Old times have come to life.
Old times be cursed. To which old times do you refer?
That Christmas week 22 years ago when the late Duchess's cousin Frederick implored her to meet him on Mulberry Downs. It was just such a night as this. And I saw that meeting, as you know. She met him once, but not the second time.
Mills, shall I recall some words to you? The words of an oath taken?
In spite of my sealed lips, the truth will be known.
I tell you, I wish to hear no more.
No fear of treachery from me. I am a man to whom you have been kind. But tonight, I learned all our caution was to no avail.
I did what I had to do to protect my Duchess. Do you think for a moment that she ever guessed?
She never did, I'm sure, to the day of her death.
Then nothing else matters.
Oh, but something does. You have not heard me out.
What is that bell tolling for? Who's dead in the village?
That's what I came to tell you. The oldest man, the old shepherd.
Dead at last, huh? How old was he?
94.
And I am only 70. I have 24 more years.
My lord, I learned this evening that the old man shared our secret.
I don't believe it. Not unless you broke your oath.
He was there, on the down, all the time. But I did not know he was there, nor did you.
Nor did anyone else, and now the man is dead. Why do you torture me with memories?
2 hours ago, the vicar went to see the old man. And to him he confessed all, just before he died.
I will see the vicar at daybreak tomorrow.
To what avail?
To stop his tongue. Till I am dead. Like the shepherd.
It was 22 years to the night. And for the first time in all those years, I walked over the down to the devil's doorway. As always at that season of the year, the full moon blazed nearly white, and the ancient stones glittered with jewel-like frost. Irresistibly, I was drawn to those massive slabs, the mysterious entry to a long-gone pagan temple. And then, from the direction of Shakeforest Towers, I saw a ghostly figure crossing the plain below. It was the Duke, looking like a sleepwalker, clad only in light dressing gown and slippers. I pulled myself into the deepest shadow, and as he drew near, I knew that he was not asleep. His eyes glittered, and he went purposely to the gully behind the stones. After creeping to the edge, I could remain silent no longer, for the Duke was crouched inhumanly, digging in the ground.
Stop it, my lord. My lord, this is maddening. Then help me, Mills, help me. We must destroy the evidence.
I doubt if much evidence is left, but whatever is there cannot be dug with their hands.
Get me a shovel, then, and hurry.
Oh, my oath does not hold me to this.
My orders will be obeyed.
Not to the point of desecrating a grave.
Then I have a better plan. Replace this earth and be at my gates in 2 hours, prepared for a journey.
A journey, my lord?
I'm sick to death of your asking questions. Do as I say.
I knew my destiny was forever linked with the Duke's, and I must do his bidding. It was near daybreak when I approached the massive portals of Shakeforest Towers. But no horses were waiting. The gate was locked. And then a servant carrying a lantern hurried down the pathway from the house.
Oh, Master Mavis, I'm glad you've come.
Where are the horses?
What horses?
Well, his lordship said they would be ready for our journey.
Then you don't know of the terrible tragedy.
Oh, I've come to meet the Duke.
But his grace is dead.
How can it be?
Come into the house, Master Mills. The vicar will tell you.
I want to know at once.
Well, sometime during the night, his lordship left his room. He went out in the cold without a word to any of us.
Go on.
And wandered around who knows where, enough to catch his death of cold. Oh, come, sir, into the house. It's a bitter night.
Where is the Duke?
On his bed, where they placed the body.
Talk sense, man. What has happened?
Well, his grace returned some 2 hours since and climbed into the second story, lost his balance, and fell downstairs. We tried in vain to revive him, but he never breathed again.
So William Mills was released from his oath and could face the future with a clear conscience. But that's not quite the way it works. Those 22 years had taken their toll, and guilt by implication never really set him free. He lived to only half the age of 94. said at the beginning, an innocent witness may become a participant simply because he is there at a certain time and place to see and hear things never meant for his eyes or ears. Marlborough Downs is still inhabited by shepherds, but today's sheep herders steer clear of the Trillathon, for it is said, even today, that during the nights of Christmas week, flitting shapes are seen in the open space around the Trillathon, together with the gleam of a weapon and the shadow of a man dragging a burden into the hollow. Our cast included Russell Horton, Marion Seldes, Ian Martin, and William Redfield. The entire production was under the direction of Hyman Brown. And now, a preview of our next tale.
Can you give us your position?
Well, I can try, but with this maze of instruments, I'm not familiar with them.
Where are your pilots?
Both in a coma. Botulism poisoning.
Any chance they'll be out of it within the next hour and a half?
Hard to tell. I'd say kind of doubtful. They both were hit so bad it's a toss-up whether they can hold out against respiratory paralysis.
And there's no other qualified commercial pilot aboard?
That's right. Only guy ever flew anything is me. And then it was just little old one-lung Cherokee prop you flew by the seat of your pants.
Well, if you can fly a Cherokee, you can fly a DC-9.
You're going to have to teach me, brother. And I sure hope you can in the next hour and a half. Because if you don't tell me how to bring her down, I guess we're just going to head out over the Pacific and drop into the sea.
Radio Mystery Theater was sponsored in part by Anheuser-Busch Incorporated, brewers of Budweiser. This is E.G. Marshall inviting you to return to our Mystery Theater for another adventure in the macabre. Until next time, pleasant dreams.
Join us at 8:07 tomorrow night for
The CBS Radio Mystery Theater presents... Come in. Welcome. I'm Tammy Grimes. We heed no instincts but our own, said the poet. Perhaps this is so when we have become older and wiser, but early on during the lessons of life, how is one to distinguish between his own thoughts and the thoughts of others? Who truly has a mind of his own? Our brains are so overcrowded, so clogged with the imprints of a busy, active world. How is one to tell when he is really thinking for himself? In truth, when do any of us close our minds to the influence of others?
Why do you hate her so much, Mr. Palmer?
I don't hate her.
Then why do you want her punished for a crime she didn't commit?
But she did.
I know for a fact you're lying.
I'd like to see you prove it.
Our mystery drama, First Impression, was written especially for the Mystery Theater by Victoria Dan and stars Terry Keane. I'll be back shortly with Act One. It's a busy Saturday evening at this small Midwestern airport. Some passengers scurry to catch their flights while others wait impatiently in the long line at the ticket counter. Two women are sitting in a lounge, both well-dressed and attractive. The younger one is about 30, the other, well, they could be mother and daughter. Perhaps they are here to greet an arriving relative or to embark on some kind of holiday. So it would appear to the less practiced eye, until you notice the steer's handcuffs, linking them together.
Is there anything you want, Mrs. Palmer?
No.
Magazine or something?
No. No, thank you. Detective Weston.
I guess we'll be boarding soon.
They're all staring.
Mrs. Palmer.
Those people. They know.
Nobody's looking, I assure you.
This is so humiliating. I want to die.
Mrs. Palmer.
Please. Detective Weston, if you would only take off these handcuffs.
We've been over this before.
You can trust me. I won't try to escape.
I'm sure you wouldn't.
Well, then why can't you?
You're aware of our extradition procedures.
How can you talk about procedures? I'm not a common criminal.
What are you?
A human being.
I'm afraid you've omitted a small detail. You're a human being who happened to commit murder.
It wasn't murder.
Did you or didn't you shoot your husband?
Yes.
Well, then?
It wasn't murder.
What would you call it?
An accident.
If you're ready, we can pre-board the plane now.
Why won't anybody believe it was an accident?
If we board now, we can be settled in our seats before the other passengers.
I've told them 1,000,000 times. There's no reason why I'd want to kill John.
Mrs. Palmer, we're going to be chained together for at least 3 more hours. Do you think you could save your protestations of innocence for the jury?
Don't you care?
I have nothing to do with your case, Mrs. Palmer. I happen to be involved only in your extradition.
You think I killed him deliberately. Well, I didn't.
Then why did you jump bail?
I panicked. I wasn't responsible for my actions.
We are always accountable for our actions. That's why I'm returning you to face trial. Can we board the plane now, Mrs. Palmer? Are you all right, Mrs. Palmer?
Considering the circumstances, I suppose so. You don't look very well, Detective Weston.
Oh, I don't like flying.
I love it. That is, I used to. John, my husband and I, we traveled everywhere by plane.
Oh, that's nice.
Before John retired from the company, there wasn't a week that we weren't jetting someplace for one reason or another.
Oh, that's very interesting.
You see, I was indispensable to him.
Well, obviously, he wasn't indispensable to you.
What's worse, I wonder? Having no respect for yourself, or others losing their respect for you.
I shouldn't have made that crack. I'm sorry.
What's there to be sorry about? I'm the one that's going to have to be sorry every day for the rest of my life. Over and over, I'll have to relive the moment when I turned the light on and discovered, in a horrible instant, that the body on the carpet, staining it with blood, was not a burglar at all.
Stewardess, could I possibly have a couple of aspirins? Oh, what were you saying?
Nothing at all. You know what's very good for headaches, Detective? Relaxing. Imagine you're in a wooded glen, lying back on a quilt of soft, mossy grass. Alongside runs a fresh, clear, babbling brook. The tiny ripples fan out over the smooth, small stones on the water's bottom. Well?
Yes. That is better. You have a way with words, Mrs. Palmer.
Is that bad?
I'm not sure.
John used to say I had a gift, a talent for understanding people and their problems.
I have no problems.
I meant your fear of flying.
I'm not afraid of flying.
No.
I simply dislike it.
Of course.
Even if I were afraid, as I said, I'm not. It goes with the job.
You love your job, don't you?
Sometimes.
I love my job all the time. I started right out of high school.
Mr. Palmer was still married to his first wife.
Back then, I was gawky and unattractive. It took him 10 years to notice me as something other than his secretary. I didn't mind. I was his friend. He confided in me.
Really?
The president of $1 million corporation can't confide in just anybody. The special problems, the intricate negotiations, the never-ending politics.
When did she die?
Who?
His wife.
11 years ago.
20 years. You waited 20 years for him.
I didn't exactly wait.
But you had to share him. At night, he went home to someone else.
during the day, working late on long business trips. He was mine. We were colleagues. That part of him I never had to share with anyone. Besides, there was still the company.
The company?
His company almost became our company. I helped it grow, watched it expand. If John couldn't be with me, I always had my work. I have an aptitude for business, you know.
And that was enough for you?
Yes.
Well, I guess if you wait long enough, it pays off.
I don't understand.
He finally married you.
Oh, that.
Well, we all can't wait forever.
I wasn't aware we all were. Are you Detective Weston?
Am I what?
Waiting?
No.
What are you waiting for? Who are you waiting for?
We were talking about you, Mrs. Palmer. Why did you kill him?
I've already told you it was an accident.
What happened that night?
Why are you suddenly interested?
I'm curious.
It's all a matter of record. John had bought me a gun. We'd had 2 robberies already, and he hadn't wanted me to be unprotected while he was out of town. It was about 2 a.m. I heard a car pull up. I knew it couldn't be John. John was away on a fishing trip in Canada.
But didn't it occur to you that he might be coming back early?
It couldn't be him. That is, I thought it couldn't be him. You see, if John were coming back sooner, he would surely call me, let me know. Anyway, I could hear the front door opening. I was terrified. I was alone in my home, except for Brooks and Marguerite.
Your butler and housekeeper?
Yes, their quarters are over the garage. I heard the footsteps in the hallway. Surely, if it were John, he would have turned the lights on.
Where were you then?
Standing at the top of the stairs.
You already had the gun?
It was like being in a trance. I could hear my heart beating against my ears. I couldn't feel my arms and legs. I started to walk down the stairs. I was weightless. I floated. Below was a shadowy figure in the darkness. It was tall, frightening. See, it wasn't a person. It was an apparition. I had to be dreaming. Then this apparition, this thing, raised its arm at me. The gun in my hand started firing. You know the rest.
Yes, I know the rest. I just have one question.
What?
Why doesn't anybody believe you? In there is where we part company, Mrs. Palmer.
The municipal jail. Yes. I've been here before. Detective Weston?
Yes?
When they finally set a new date for my trial, will you be there?
I don't know.
It would be very, very encouraging to see one friendly face.
Well, I find it hard to believe that a woman like you has no friends.
It's harder to believe that I have so many enemies.
Enemies? What kind of enemies?
It must have been the flight, but I'm suddenly terribly fatigued.
Who are your enemies?
I shouldn't have brought it up. Some things are better left unsaid. Can we go inside now?
Oh, wait a minute. Who do you consider an enemy?
I'm afraid I've already been indiscreet.
About what? I don't understand.
You don't understand? Then ask yourself this. Why don't I have any friends? And why, with all my money, all my position and influence, can't I find one single person willing to believe my version of what happened? Is it really that far-fetched? Well, you think about it for a while. I already know the truth. It was an accident, even if I'm the only one who knows.
Captain. Come on in. How are you?
Captain,
Sit down. Tell me about your trip.
it was all right.
She didn't give you any trouble?
It depends on what you call trouble.
Well, what's that mean?
About this Palmer murder case, there's something very funny about it.
No?
I read up on it last night.
Oh, on your day off, huh?
Something about the way it's been handled just doesn't seem right.
Well, are you interested in the Palmer murder?
Yes.
Is it your case?
No, but I couldn't help noticing.
And you've been on homicide for how long now?
6 months.
Ah, 6 months makes you an expert, right?
I'm beginning to wonder about the motivation for the murder.
Ah, here we go with motivations and all this stuff about the psyche and the subconscious. Since when has one human being needed a reason to kill another human being?
So, still, Captain, I think...
Besides, this isn't like you. Usually you just do your own job. You don't get sidetracked. I mean, you won't as much as look at a case you're not involved in.
Well, you changed that when you sent me down to Williamsboro to escort Zelda Palmer back here. Now, I had no desire at all to get involved. But now...
You are involved, huh?
Captain, I want you to put me on the case.
Well, what can you do with this case that hasn't already been done?
I believe I can prove that Zelda Palmer is innocent.
The art of persuasion, it is said, can be taught, acquired. Many, however, believe it is a rare talent that one can only be born with. And though all the people we've met thus far seem to be trying to persuade other people in some direction, it would appear that only one has so far been successful. Of course, this is only Act 1. And when dealing with the human nature, anything is bound to develop. When I return with Act 2... In a single moment, how the complexion of life can change. We look in the eye of someone we think we know so well and see a light we never saw before. Or in a single word or solitary gesture, a complete stranger can manage to strike a certain chord within us. Detective Cynthia Weston was convinced in the beginning of our story that Mrs. Zelda Palmer deliberately shot and killed her husband. Now, after accompanying her home to face murder charges, the young policewoman is no longer so sure. She is disturbed by something. But what?
I'll tell you what it is, Captain. It's the atmosphere.
The atmosphere?
It's just not right for murder.
Well, what would you say, in your practiced opinion, is the proper ambiance for murder?
Greed, distrust, hatred. Now, there's none of that.
Not according to Palmer's son.
Yeah, I read that.
He says the old man was planning on divorcing her.
It's totally unsubstantiated.
Not as far as the DA is concerned.
But the real damaging evidence, if you want to call it that, against Zelda Palmer is a statement made by Brooks, the butler. Now, he claims that John Palmer and his wife were having an argument before she shot him. He even cried out. And that is the entire case against her.
That's enough to do it.
What if the son and the butler are lying?
Why would they lie?
I don't know. But that's what I'd like to find out.
Yes?
I have an appointment. I'm Detective Weston.
Well, go right in. Mr. Palmer is expecting you.
I'm not interested in your excuses, Murphy. Find out what price they want and give it to them. Get back to me in an hour. So, you're the detective who called earlier.
Mr. Bradley Palmer?
Oh, I hate that name. Bradley. Sounds like a little kid who won't eat its spinach.
Well, then what do people call you?
Mr. Palmer.
Do you mind if I sit down, Mr. Palmer?
Go ahead. Is this going to take long? I've got a conference scheduled for 10:45.
How long have you been running Palmer Industries?
3 years.
And what were you doing before that?
I was, out of the country.
Where?
Here and there.
Is there a reason you can't be more specific?
What bearing does it have on my father's murder?
I believe you were somewhere in the Far East, weren't you, Mr. Palmer?
Well, if you already knew, why bother asking?
Your reluctance to be candid with me is very interesting. What were you doing in that part of the world for over 7 years?
Why don't you tell me?
You were in a monastery. A very obscure teaching sect in the Himalayas known as the Gahari Shimta.
What does this have to do with...
Aside from preaching a doctrine of nonviolence, the Gahari Shimta reject all material wealth.
How do you know about Chimtar?
Now, today you drive a Mercedes, wear $500 suits, and run one of the largest corporations in the country. What made you give up the monastery, your entire way of life, and return to the States?
My father asked me to. And anyhow, my time with Gahari was complete.
Why did your father want you home?
I should think that would be obvious. He was getting older. There weren't any other children. It was up to me to carry on.
In other words, take over.
I didn't want to leave at first. Then I understood. As president of Palmer Industries, I might be in a position to improve the condition of mankind. There are endless ways in which money and power can be used to benefit mankind. Peaceful instead of... I'm sorry, what were we talking about?
Your father.
Oh, yeah, well, he wanted to retire. Go fishing, put the company in the hands of someone he could trust.
Well, what about your stepmother? He trusted her.
I'm sure he did. But image was very important to him. You see, Father was convinced that a woman, no matter how competent, would convey an image of weakness, which would reflect on the entire company. Weakness, vulnerability, that's what sets the wolves at your door. That is the nature of the world, I suppose.
Mr. Palmer, who would stand to gain the most by your father's death?
Gain? I consider death a loss.
Or on a purely material, financial level, who would benefit the most?
My father had already divested himself of the bulk of his estate.
Which means?
Well, the house, other properties abroad, and cash assets he left to her, my stepmother.
What about the company?
He signed the controlling interest over to me a year ago.
Why do you insist your stepmother's actions were premeditated?
Because they were.
On what do you base your opinion?
I just know, that's all.
Mr. Palmer, why did you lie to the district attorney?
I haven't the vaguest idea what you're talking about.
You claimed that your father confided to you his desire to initiate divorce proceedings against your stepmother. Now, I don't believe such a conversation ever took place, except in your mind.
And by what method do you deduce that?
Just a hunch. But your answer sewed it up for me. Noticed your first instinct was not denial or outrage, but a smug retort. Thank you for your time. I assure you we'll be speaking again. Very soon.
Detective Weston.
Good afternoon, Mrs. Palmer.
They told me you were taking over my case. I couldn't believe it.
Well, I had no choice. They assigned it to me.
I thought you had asked.
As I explained to you the other day, it was not my wish to become personally involved in your problems.
Detective Weston, why are you so afraid to admit that you already are involved?
I came here to clear up a few questions.
To have empathy for another human being is nothing to be ashamed of. You knew justice was not being served, and that's why you asked to handle the investigation.
Mrs. Palmer, if we could get started.
And I want you to know, I appreciate your kindness to me, even if nothing
The first question I'd like to ask is, who do you consider to be an enemy?
I don't understand.
What about your stepson?
Bradley never liked me. I wouldn't go so far as to call him an enemy, for heaven's sake.
Why is he out to get you?
I wouldn't exactly say he is out to get me.
You're aware of his allegations that his father intended to seek a divorce from you?
Yes.
Was there any truth to it?
Of course not.
And yet you still say this man isn't out to destroy you? His testimony establishes a clear motive for you.
As it must. Don't you understand?
How can I when you're not making any sense?
Making sense of something. That's the point. What happened to John? What I did was a senseless mistake. No rhyme, no reason. Just a tragic accident. I'll have to live with the truth of that for the rest of my life. But what about Bradley? He can't face the fact that it all happened as a quirk of fate. Gives him a strange kind of peace of mind to believe his father died for a reason.
In an odd sort of way, that sounds plausible.
He was always a sensitive boy.
I forgive him his thoughts.
That's very generous, Zelda, but where does it leave you?
I suppose in the long run, it doesn't make a difference.
There's a world of difference between first-degree murder and negligent homicide. We could even get you off with self-defense.
I don't see how.
Brooks, the butler. He is the star witness for the prosecution. The case really hinges on his testimony.
The man despises me. That's why he...
Lied?
He said we were having an argument. John and I never argued. He said he heard John cry out before I shot him. I wish to heaven he had. I would have known who it was and never would have pulled the... This is my punishment. I'll never stop paying for it, never.
All right, please, Mrs. Palmer, calm down.
I liked it when you called me Zelda. It made me feel as if I had a friend.
Well, you do have a friend.
You understand what it feels like when a situation seems terribly hopeless?
Yes, I understand. More than you know.
He was a good man. He didn't deserve to die.
Well, nobody deserves to die, Mr. Brooks.
Well, just Brooks, if you please. And if I may, I disagree with you. There are many who deserve to die, making the world a better place as a result of that absence.
Yes, well, about that night.
They already have my statement.
I don't.
Well, Margaret and I were asleep in our quarters over the garage. I heard this car pull up in the driveway. A moment later, I heard the front door open.
You must be a very light sleeper.
Yes. My wife, bless her heart, is sleeping like a log, dead to the world.
Then what?
I have gone over this before.
Not with me.
Very well. After a moment or two, I heard voices. It was Mr. and Mrs. Palmer. Her voice shrill and hysterical, and his low and calm. And suddenly I heard him shout, "No, don't."
And?
That is when I heard the gunshots. And by the time I arrived at the hall, the light was on and Mrs. Palmer was standing over her husband's body, with the gun still in her hand. She was just standing there.
Yes?
Cool as a cucumber. Calm as can be. And she said, "Brooks, I believe we shall have to summon the authorities."
One moment she's hysterical, and the next she's, as you put it, cool as a cucumber?
Well, you know how women are.
No, I don't. How are we?
At any rate, I hope they put her away for life. That's what I hope.
If we may depart from your aspirations for just a moment, could you tell me how long you've been working here on the estate?
Well, Margaret and I were employed 3 years ago.
Who hired you?
Mr. Palmer.
Oh, so Mrs. Palmer had nothing to do with your being hired?
They were out of town on a trip.
But I thought you said...
Oh, I meant we were hired by the present Mr. Palmer.
Bradley?
Yes. You see, the previous couple had quit rather suddenly, and Mr. Bradley consented to put the household in order while his father and Mrs. Palmer took a badly needed vacation. I believe you said on the phone that you wanted to see the house.
Yes.
I cannot imagine what you expect to find.
Maybe I don't expect to find anything.
Very well, this way, if you please, Detective Weston.
So here's the spot where they had the argument, and this is where he fell?
Yes, yes. It was quite dreadful.
Yes, I'm sure it was. Well, thank you so much for the guided tour, Brooks.
That's all you wish to see?
For the moment, at least. Oh, wait, there's just one other thing.
Yes?
When you heard the car pull up in the driveway at such a late hour, weren't you concerned as to who it might be?
No, not at all.
2 o'clock in the morning and your boss is away on a fishing trip. Didn't the thought occur to you that it might be a burglar?
Well, it was a clear, moonlit night. I could see the car quite clearly from my window. It was Mr. John's white Mercedes.
You're sure?
Of course I'm sure.
Thank you. Brooks, did you ever hear the saying, thy strength is honor, thy honor is strength?
No. Does it mean something?
I was hoping maybe you could tell me.
I haven't the vaguest idea.
Now, first the son, then the butler. I have never seen two more atrocious liars in my life, Captain.
But you don't know if they're lying.
I know.
Consider this. Are you really being objective?
This guy, Brooks, could hear Mr. Palmer talking, and I quote, calm and low, from across a courtyard inside a house? You'd have to have antenna.
Why do you find it easier to believe Mrs. Palmer?
I thought a person was supposed to be innocent until proven guilty. As far as I'm concerned, there isn't enough proof.
Well, according to the DA, there is.
A woman like Zelda Palmer would never kill her husband. For whatever his reasons, Bradley Palmer is determined to destroy her credibility. And the butler, Brooks, what is his angle? How does he benefit by perjuring himself? Oh, and something else about Mr. Brooks. I have the feeling that I've seen him before.
There seems to be a story where everyone has something to hide. The wealthy widow, the stepson, and the butler. Not a particularly unusual brew for murder and intrigue. The possible combinations are infinite, but there can only be one correct solution. Each of these people holds a missing piece of the giant puzzle. When, at last, the pieces are put together, we'll be able to see the complete picture. A picture just about ready for viewing in Act 3. We rarely plan the great events in our lives. So very often we are victims of the cold, random winds of fate. It's possible to say that we are all wandering through this mammoth mystery called life without a roadmap, bumping into obstacles in the dark. Of course, some of us are better drivers than others. As long as we're on the subject, what exactly is driving our young detective? And more important, where exactly is she going?
Now, that man Brooks, why do you think I've seen him before, Captain?
Am I really supposed to answer that?
I wonder if his real name actually is Brooks.
Why do you keep insisting he's lying?
Because he is.
You can't prove it. So what have you really got? You got nothing.
I've got everything. I just haven't managed to put it all together yet.
Look, can't you see what this Zelda Palmer is doing? She's conning you.
She's not conning me. 20 years.
What?
She waited 20 years for him to marry her.
And that makes her innocent?
A woman doesn't wait that long for a man and then shoot him.
Wouldn't be the first time.
A woman who waits that patiently for a man doesn't waste it all in a moment of anger.
Oh, you want to bet?
From what I can make of it, the Palmers were deeply in love. They had a very happy marriage. I don't care what the son claims. He was never there.
And neither were you.
I didn't have to be, Captain.
Oh, really?
I just know. I just figured out what's been puzzling me. What didn't sound right. No one has ever disputed the fact that the shooting took place in the dark.
Well, she had enough light to take aim and get him right in the head.
I'm not arguing that point. The fact remains that the incident occurred in almost total darkness.
So?
The entire case rests on the butler's statement that the Palmers were having an argument, a violent argument. Well, there we are.
Where are we?
Who has a violent argument in the dark? Who has an emotional, face-to-face confrontation in the dark?
That's it?
Yes. How many quarrels take place with the lights out?
Obviously, you're not married.
Quarrels of sufficient magnitude to result in murder? The lights are almost always turned on. The confrontation is eye to eye.
That is your opinion.
But it's so obvious.
Maybe to you.
So now the question remains the same. What do Mr. Palmer and Mr. Brooks have to gain by lying?
Detective Weston, unfortunately, you've caught me at a rather busy time.
This will only take a few minutes, Mr. Palmer.
I must say you're very persistent.
Brooks, the butler on your father's estate, he's very, indebted to you.
Why say that?
Well, you hired him and his wife.
Well, it doesn't exactly make one indebted, does it?
It's very difficult to find a job of that caliber with a police record. See, I knew Brooks' face was familiar, so I spent some time going through old mug books. Mr. Brooks' real name is Wilbur Hopkins. His wife's real name is Edith. Both of them served over 20 years for armed robbery.
They paid for their crimes.
You're quite a believer in justice, aren't you?
I believe that the punishment should fit the crime.
It was very generous of you to give Wilbur and Edith a new lease on life. It takes a lot of influence to establish two people in new identity.
As I said, they paid for their crime.
And they deserved a second chance?
Yes.
Mr. Palmer, is this what you meant by using power and position to help those less fortunate?
Perhaps.
How very charitable of you.
Acts of charity should be performed discreetly.
I suppose you learned that from the monks of Gahari Shimta?
No, from my father. Kindness and generosity are signs of weakness. Competitors are more likely to try to take advantage. One's image becomes less intimidating, more human, more vulnerable.
We're on the topic of image again.
Now, a man at the mercy of a woman, how much more vulnerable can he be?
Who are we talking about? You or your father?
To be shot, unable to defend himself. She was always a rash, impossible woman, and I made it a point to avoid her.
What did she do before all this to make you hate her so terribly?
Hate's a strong word. I prefer dislike.
I'm going on the assumption that she's innocent in the case of your father. If that's so, what would prompt you to lie?
You assume a great deal.
I know a great deal. About time. A woman doesn't spend years waiting for a man she doesn't love. And a man doesn't spend 7 years in a monastery just to kill time. Not a man like you.
I learned a great deal.
I believe that. Much of what you learned you still practice. This entire subject of vulnerability, weakness. You claim the philosophy is a legacy of your father. But doesn't Shimtar also preach hiding weakness? Conveying an image of strength to avoid violent confrontation?
How do you know about all these things?
There's a very fine university in this town with a very fine library. Mr. Palmer, in many ways, you are still Shimtar. Everything you do and say has a special motivation behind it. Why are you out to destroy your stepmother?
Destroy, that's another word I find distasteful. Detective Weston, do you have any children?
I'm not married.
Women with your intelligence and beauty should be married.
Look, I can go home and hear this. You were saying about children?
Perhaps if I'd been her real son, instead of her stepson, perhaps if she'd been able to have a child of her own, maybe she would never have felt the need to...
The need to what?
That I can't tell you.
Can't or won't?
Both.
Zelda, I want you to tell me why there's such enmity between you. Why does he want to punish you?
Because I committed a sin.
And what was the sin?
I committed murder.
But it was an accident. You admit it was an accident.
The sin remains the same. John's dead.
But you said it was a mistake.
For that very reason, the sin is all the worse.
Nobody is making any sense around here.
Detective Weston?
I hope I haven't disturbed you at this late hour, Brooks.
Well, you did tell me to expect you sometime past midnight.
I wanted to check a few things out when the light conditions were similar to the way they were on that night. The moon is about the same.
As you requested, I have switched off the lamps.
Maybe you could just turn them on to guide me up to Mrs. Palmer's room. Brooks?
Whatever you wish.
I want to see just what she saw that night.
Very well, this way, please.
Not a bad room.
Yes, she chose a suite in the front of the house. Although she could have had one of the quieter ones in the back, the view of the garden would have certainly surpassed the view of the driveway.
Yes, that's rather interesting. She could see Any car that drove up?
Yes.
Of course, that's funny. Look at my car down there. Did you ever notice how in the moonlight... What kind of car does Bradley Palmer drive?
Mercedes.
What color?
Why are you asking?
No, what color?
Light blue.
That's very interesting. Light blue. You ever notice the tricks Night plays? Now, down there, my car, it's white. It looks blue. Is that what she thought?
I'm afraid that I don't follow you.
A man goes away on a trip. He's concerned about the safety of his wife, and he asks his son to keep an eye on her and on the house. Only the son will do anything to avoid seeing the stepmother, so he does check up on the house. But only at night.
What does this have to do?
It was there all the time. Why couldn't I have seen it? Of course. She hears the car pull up. She runs to the window and sees the car. She knows whose car it is. At least she thinks she does. She goes downstairs with the gun. She can see the figure in the dark, only vaguely. She shoots. No voices. No arguments. No warning sounds. Isn't that right, Mr. Brooks? Or should I call you Mr. Wilbur Hopkins?
Wilbur who?
I know about you and your wife.
I have absolutely no idea what you are talking about.
Come on, Mr. Hopkins. He set you up in a new life, and you owed him.
Oh, all right, yes, I owed him a great deal.
And so you lied about the argument.
Yes. But what was the difference? She was still...
Still guilty? Of course. She didn't mean to shoot her husband. She meant to shoot somebody else. Bradley Palmer. Her husband's son. How did you find out? I knew you couldn't have killed your husband. You had no motive. I never stopped to consider that you certainly had a motive for killing somebody else. Your stepson.
John wanted him to run the company. I could have done a much better job. I loved the company much more than Bradley did. He didn't help build it, watch it grow.
So when you looked out of your bedroom window that night, you thought it was Bradley's car, didn't you?
John wanted his son to carry on. Why not me, his wife?
The thought never occurred to you that your husband might come home early, so in the darkness, you made a mistake. You killed the wrong man.
It was an unforgivable mistake. If it had been Bradley who died, the police would have believed me. They would have believed that I thought I was shooting a burglar. But who would believe a woman shooting her own husband?
I would have believed you, Mrs. Palmer. For a while, I did.
What are you going to do, Detective Weston?
I'm not going to do anything.
I don't understand.
I'm going to leave things just the way they are. You did murder your husband. Bradley Palmer was quite right when he said it. The punishment should fit the crime.
At least you can help me convince people. Let them know I love John. I would never want to kill John. That's all I want people to know.
They're never going to know, Mrs. Palmer. And in truth, that's going to be your punishment.
That famous line from Gilbert and Sullivan's Mikado. My object, all sublime, I shall achieve in time, to make the punishment fit the crime. This thought, of course, isn't original with musical theater. It is a philosophy that's existed for thousands of years in the cultures of both East and West. Although very often, evildoers seldom receive their just deserts. We'll be back with more food for thought shortly. There are none so blind as they who cannot see. In this story, we've dealt with people who are blind in their points of view, limited by their own unfortunate experiences. Whether she's convicted for one murder or another, Mrs. Zelda Palmer's physical punishment will be the same. But the most important punishments take place within the mind and heart, because it is within our soul that we must be fully answerable to whatever power exists. Our cast included Terry Keane, Carol Teitel, Keir DeLay, and Mandel Kramer. The entire production was under the direction of Hyman Brown. Radio Mystery Theater was sponsored in part by Raven House Paperback Mysteries. This is Tammy Grimes, inviting you to return to our Mystery Theater for another adventure in the macabre. Until next time, pleasant dreams.
Every Life is on 1230 WCOL in Columbus, 34 degrees downtown. It's 11 o'clock.
CBS News. The Democratic leader of the Senate has introduced to prevent President Reagan from sending U.S. troops into El Salvador on his own authority. I'm Judy Muller, reporting on the CBS radio network. Senate Democratic leader Robert Byrd introduced a measure to amend the War Powers Act of 1973, which allows the president to commit troops overseas, but requires him to seek congressional approval within 48 hours. Byrd's resolution would require the president to get congressional approval before sending troops, except to protect Americans overseas. When Byrd first announced his intention to introduce the measure, White House spokesman Larry Speaks said the legislation is unnecessary because, in his words, there is no plan to send combat troops to El Salvador or anywhere else. Leftist guerrillas in El Salvador launched their strongest attacks in more than a year today, according to government officials. The fighting was centered in two major metropolitan areas, San Vicente and San Miguel. The military regime of El Salvador came under attack by Amnesty International today. Larry Cox, a spokesman for the human rights organization, charged the government in San Salvador with directing mass killings of civilians.
There's no doubt that atrocities are being carried out by all sides in the armed conflict in El Salvador. But the evidence we have shows overwhelmingly that the majority of these killings are being carried out by the security forces of the government of El Salvador, that they are directed against non-combatants, civilians who are not engaged in guerrilla warfare, and that they amount to torture, murder, and mass killings.
The group says it based its conclusions on a fact-finding mission in 1981 and on the testimony of refugees. More news in a minute.
Wednesday on CBS television, Hal Linden stars as the father who abandoned his family 8 years ago, only to have tragedy thrust them together.
You both need a father.
Academy Award winner.
So it's a good idea not to wait till the last minute to apply. If you have to double-check what to bring with you, call any Social Security office. Someone there will be glad to help you. In the Denver metro area, call 232-3650.
The CBS Radio Mystery Theater presents... Come in. Welcome. I'm E.G. Marshall. For a brief moment, during the darkest night, we have a glimpse of ourselves and of our world, islanded in the stream of stars, pilgrims of mortality, voyaging between horizons across the eternal seas of space and time. Yes, for a moment, for only the briefest moment.
She was kidnapped, Sergeant.
That's right.
There were people on the street. Someone would have seen something. Are you sure she didn't run away?
She was kidnapped, Sergeant.
But if she were kidnapped, you'd have received a ransom note.
Is it possible for a girl to disappear without a trace? As if the earth just swallowed her up?
Our mystery drama, Wilhelmina Wilson, was written especially for the Mystery Theater by Sam Dan and stars Paul Hecht. I'll be back shortly with Act One. Absence, said the Roman philosopher, makes the heart grow fonder. However, an unexplained absence is bound to make the heart grow anxious. Society takes note of this fact, which is why every police department has its Bureau of Missing Persons.
My name is Truesdale, Sidney Truesdale.
Yes, Mr. Truesdale?
I'm his wife, Molly Truesdale.
The lieutenant downstairs.
At the desk. He said to see you.
Is Sergeant Keller?
Yes. You wish to report a missing person?
Well, now that you ask.
Sid, there's no way to get around it. She's a missing person.
Who are we talking about?
Our daughter.
And her name?
Margaret Truesdale. But she's known professionally as Margie True.
Margie True.
Yes, it's shorter, snappier than Margaret Truesdale.
Sid, that's not important. Besides, I'm sure he never even heard of her.
Now, I need some statistics. Female, huh? Margaret or Margie Truesdale or True. Age?
23.
She'll be 23. She's 22.
Hair?
Blonde.
Natural.
Height?
5'9".
Weight?
125.
Now, how long has she been missing?
How long? About 3 hours, I should think.
It's almost 1 o'clock in the morning. At least 4 hours.
Yeah, well, that's hardly enough time to be...
What were you going to say?
It's hardly something to be concerned about.
Yes. Now, when was she due home?
Well, the library closes at 8:30.
Yes, she'd gone there to return a book.
She always comes right back.
She should have been home 9 o'clock at the latest.
Well, she might have gone to a movie.
Well, she would have called us.
Besides, she doesn't like to go alone.
Just because a girl, well, actually a young lady, just because you haven't heard from her in 4 hours... she may have met someone.
She doesn't stay up late.
She can't. She's in training.
She's missing. There's nowhere she might have gone. Nowhere she's supposed to have gone, except home. And that's 4 hours ago.
Sergeant, you have to find her.
Yes. Now, I suggest you go home.
What are you trying to do? Get rid of us?
I don't think you're taking this seriously, Sergeant.
Please, Mr. and Mrs. Truesdale, your place is home. By the phone, in case she's trying to reach you. Now, you saw her last...
At 6:30.
And she was wearing...
the cocoa brown slacks and an eggshell blouse.
She was carrying the beige sweater.
Do you have a picture of her?
See, I told you they'd want a picture.
Thank you. Oh, she's very pretty. Your address?
613 Delaware.
And the library's at the corner of Garfield.
So somewhere in those 8 blocks...
Right. We'll start the routine.
Routine? Routine? This is our daughter.
He means the police routine, Molly.
What are you going to do? I mean right now.
Well, we'll check out the hospitals.
Oh, how could you say a thing like that?
We'll do everything we can to find your daughter. Sergeant Keller. Oh, yeah, Marty. The Truesdale girl? Yeah, what have you got? Nothing, huh? Anything from the cop on the beat? Hospitals? How about the morgue? Oh, okay. Thanks.
May I help you?
Yes, I'm a police detective. My identification.
Oh.
Were you working here at the library last night, Miss Stacy?
Oh, yes, sir.
Till when?
Oh, well, Wednesday nights we close the library at 8:30.
Do you know Miss Margaret Truesdale?
Oh, yes.
What do you know about her?
What? Is she in any trouble?
I hope not.
Well, I really don't know very much about her.
Was she in last night?
Oh, yes, she was.
And what time did she arrive?
I'm not sure. I didn't see her come in.
Do you know when she left?
Oh, yes. At exactly 7:30.
You're sure?
Oh, absolutely. Because when she said goodnight to me, I remember saying to her, I've got 1 more hour to go.
Do you know anything at all about her?
Oh, she's a very pretty girl.
Yeah, she is.
Oh, let's see. She looks to be about 19. She comes in quite often, early in the evening. She reads for a while, and then she takes out a book and leaves.
Is she ever in here with anyone?
Oh, no. She's always alone.
Does she talk to anybody?
Just to me, as far as I know.
What do you talk about?
Oh, books, mostly.
What kind of books?
Fiction.
Usually short stories.
Who's her favorite author?
Oh, well, I would say Edgar Allan Poe. See, there's one book she'd had out for quite a while. By that, I mean she'd keep renewing it.
And what book was that?
Well, as a matter of fact, she'd returned it last night. She said she'd finally bought herself a copy and didn't need ours anymore.
What's the name of the book?
Oh, William Wilson and Other Stories by Edgar Allan Poe. Why do you ask, Sergeant?
Well, I'm just hoping one thing may lead to another.
May? What is this all about?
Miss Stacy, it seems you're the last person I can find so far who has seen Miss Truesdale since she left here last night.
I don't understand.
She disappeared.
Oh. Well, does anyone have any ideas as to why?
I came here to see if you have any ideas.
Well, as I said, I don't really know her. She's very quiet. She's been coming in for a long time. We say hello. We say goodbye. We occasionally pass the time of day while she checks out a book.
Yeah, on those occasions, what do you talk about?
Oh, nothing. That is, nothing of any significance. Maybe the weather, if it's unusually hot or cold or rainy or dry.
And that's all?
Oh, yes, just about.
Miss Stacy, try to think. Did she ever say anything else?
Not really. Nothing significant.
That could even be insignificant.
Oh, Sergeant, I wish I had some idea of what you want.
Yes, so do I. You see, at 7:30 last night, she left here, presumably to return home.
Uh-huh.
It's an 8.5 block walk south along Delaware. It's a wide, well-lighted street filled with people. If there was any violence, it would have been noticed.
Well, then perhaps she didn't go home.
But where else was she bound for, and why? Was there anything unusual in her manner last night?
Oh, no. Not that I could see.
Miss Stacy, could you keep thinking and see if you come up with anything? Anything at all? Mrs. Truesdale?
Oh, it's the police sergeant. Sid, it's the sergeant.
May I come in?
Oh, have you found her?
No.
Oh, is there any news?
I'm afraid not.
Do you hear what he says, Sid? He's afraid not. Now, what's that supposed to mean?
Well, I guess it means they have no news yet.
I think it means a little bit more than that.
Like what?
It means they've been looking, but so far they're licked. Isn't that a fact, Sergeant?
Well, we need more information.
Well, you know her name, what she looks like, how she was dressed. What more can we tell you?
Would she have any reason for leaving home?
What are you saying?
It's obvious what he's saying, Sid. He's implying she ran off.
I'm suggesting it as a possibility.
And I'm here to go on record that it's an impossibility.
Now, why is that, Mr. Truesdale?
Now, you have no right to ask...
No, simmer down, Sid, simmer down. He's a cop. They've got a right to ask anything they please. No, Sergeant. She did not run off.
Can you be sure of it?
Why would a girl who loved her home, loved her parents, and loved her career just up and take off?
Yes. Where did she work?
At the Sunrise Athletic Club.
What sort of job did she have there?
No, she wasn't employed there. What my wife means is that she worked out there.
Oh, she was an athlete.
See, Sid? He never heard of her. You never heard of Margie True, Sergeant?
No, not until you reported her missing.
He doesn't know who she is, what she does. And we're paying your friend Morrison a pretty penny for publicity, too.
He's not my friend.
All right. She goes to the athletic club. Now, why?
She's probably the best swimmer in the world.
What do you mean, probably?
When she was about 14, she was very sick. And the doctor said the best thing for her would be to swim.
She became a champion swimmer by the time she recovered her health.
That took more than 6 years.
Anyhow, she decided she should go into the Olympics.
She's almost 23. That's maybe a little old. Actually, she started at a time when most of these kids are ready to retire. But she's got it.
And we've been working with her, setting things up.
This is the year she has to make it.
Yes, but the fact is, she's missing. Now, people disappear for one of three general reasons. First, foul play.
Oh, don't say that.
Second, for some reason of their own.
She'd have absolutely no reason to run away.
Third, this is very rare, amnesia.
That's it? Our little girl is wandering around somewhere not even knowing who she is.
I'd like to talk with some of her friends.
I'm sure they wouldn't know very much.
Could you give me some names?
Well, she wasn't really that close with too many people.
Does she have a boyfriend?
No.
You can't say it because she isn't pretty.
If she was interested, why, they'd buzz around like bees after honey.
But she's in training.
Early to bed.
No distractions.
The idea is you win the Olympics. You get the fame, the publicity.
And you go on from there.
Endorsements, TV, movies, a whole new important career.
And then you're exposed to a totally different class of men.
Tell me about her daily routine.
Well, she'd leave for the club in the morning.
Say about 9, and she'd work out till lunch.
Then she'd rest. And back again for lessons and practice till 4.
That's a pretty solid day.
And that's all she did?
Well, it's enough. We'd go out to dinner.
A show.
Or we'd stay home and watch TV.
She liked to go to the library.
Oh, she loved to read.
She was very intelligent. She could talk about things.
Like what?
Well, you know, things.
Specifically?
Just things in general.
Well, can you remember any individual topics?
Sergeant, there's no point giving me the 3rd degree.
Now, don't speak to the sergeant like that, Sid. Right now, he's our only hope. Well, what do people talk about? The weather, sports, the news. What's happening?
Did she seem nervous or scared lately?
What does that mean?
It means, I guess, was she maybe afraid of something?
Of what?
That's what this police officer wants to know.
Let me set you straight, Sergeant. She had nothing to be afraid of. She'd done nothing bad.
Was there anything at all unusual about her behavior?
No, nothing. She's got amnesia. I know it.
Well...
What does that well mean?
It means he's in the dark. He's up a tree, just like us.
Well, what are you standing around here for, Sergeant? Why aren't you out looking for her?
Out? Where? I need help.
We're willing to help.
You are willing, but I'm afraid you're not able.
We're doing everything we can.
You're not answering my question.
That isn't so.
You don't know who her friends are? You don't know what she thinks about?
She's a very dedicated girl.
Yes, then why did she run off?
She would never run off. She has amnesia.
Well, why would she have amnesia?
Well, because...
She's an athlete in training. She's in perfect health.
Well, then she was kidnapped.
How? Right off the street to Delaware Avenue?
They could have overpowered her, forced her into a car.
She wouldn't go quietly. She seems a big, strong girl.
Don't say it like that. You make her sound ungainly. She's beautifully built.
Well, you can't rule out the possibility of kidnapping, Sergeant.
You'd have received word by now about a ransom.
Well, maybe it's the kind of kidnapping where girls are sold into, slavery.
Oh, please, Molly. Sergeant, we're desperate.
Yes, I understand. I just wish you knew a little more about her.
Sergeant, find her. Please. She's our little girl. And we love her.
There is a public service announcement on the air during the evening which asks the question, do you know where your children are? That's a good question. However, a question more to the point is one that asks, do you know who your child is? I suppose some people would be afraid to find out. More information on this general subject in Act 2, shortly. You need not wander afar to seek out the stranger. He is with you, within you. What the poet is saying is, how can we hope to see the truth in others when we are unaware of what the truth is about ourselves? Who are we? What are we? And why? This has preoccupied the finest brains since the beginning of time. So if we don't completely settle it here, please don't ask for your money back.
Sergeant Keller, what can I do for you? What do you know about Margie Truesdale? Well? I'm not trying to evade your question, Sergeant. I'm just trying to think. What do I know about Margie? The answer has to be nothing.
Mr. Sparta, you're her swimming coach. She spends 8 hours a day here, or did.
I think she was, 14? Skinny, consumptive, anemic little thing. Just barely alive. Today, would you believe it?
I can't believe you know nothing about her.
Some people go through life talkers. This one's a listener.
Are you telling me she says nothing at all?
No, she talks. I'd even go so far as to say she chatters. But you analyze the conversation, and there's nothing there.
Still, you've known this girl for 8 years. You do have some sort of relationship.
Look out that window, Sergeant. See that swimming pool? That forms the boundaries of our relationship.
But you do talk about something.
Sure. We have long talks about diet, breath control, coordination.
Now, look, I played ball at school. I was close to my coach. I mean, there were times when we just sit around, and...
I know what you're looking for, but it's not here. Not like with the other kids, where you become more than just a coach. You're sort of an older brother, maybe a second father. You talk about what really bothers kids today. Sex, friendship, life.
But not with her.
I can't even begin to imagine.
Well, why was she training all out constantly? I mean, was it something she wanted, and were her parents putting on the pressure?
I don't know where all that tremendous dedication came from. Could have been hers. Could have been theirs.
How did she feel toward her mother and father?
Well, I never saw so much love on the part of a kid, considering the circumstances.
Oh, what circumstances?
Well, considering they weren't her real father and mother.
Now, just because two people adopt a child, that doesn't mean they're not the real parents.
Well, I didn't mean it to sound that way. He was her stepfather. And then, when her mother died, Margie was still a little girl, and he married Molly. Sid and Molly raised her like their own.
What were her chances for making the Olympics?
Well, a lot goes into that. But I don't see how she can be kept out. She's ready. The trials begin in a couple of weeks. But if she's not around, she'll miss them. Also, every day she's gone, she's losing out on training.
You really can't give me anything to go on, can you?
Sorry.
Friends?
I don't think she had any.
She had to be friendly with somebody.
Oh, with everybody. That's not the same as having friends.
I can't believe there was nothing to this girl's existence except swimming. She must have had another life, one that nobody knew about.
Maybe. But where did she lead it? And when did she find the time?
Well, hello there, Sergeant.
Hi, Moms.
What are you drinking?
Oh, I'm on duty.
Lemonade.
Make it sour.
That's 60 cents, Sarge. Got to keep things on the up and up,
Did you read in the papers about a girl named Margaret Truesdale?
Yeah, I never read the papers. Why should I go chasing after bad news? It'll come soon enough.
Yeah, well, this one just disappeared.
Oh, well, girls do that quite often.
Yeah. Hey, this is a photograph.
Nice. Yes, indeed. A lot of meat on those bones. And it all looks like grade A prime.
She's a swimmer. She just vanished.
Well, if I can paraphrase the French, cherchez l'homme.
No. There's no man involved.
That you know of.
That anybody knows of.
Joe, you got a certain tone in your voice.
Yeah?
Could you be falling for this chick?
I don't even know her.
The ones you don't know are the most dangerous kind.
And look, the way it is now, she just vanished from the face of the earth. No motive, no clue, nothing.
That's bad. That could get a young romantic guy like yourself all bothered and curious.
Moms, now you hear a lot of things in a place like this.
Oh, sure, but what I hear stays here.
Is there a rumble on this?
I haven't heard anything, Joe.
I don't think anybody grabbed her off the street, but you never can tell.
I'll listen, Joe. It's against my principles, but I'll stick my ear out. You know why? Because I'm a sucker for romance.
Cut it out, will ya?
I can see you got a thing for this girl. Can't say as I blame you.
I'm only doing my job.
Uh-huh.
You know, I tell you what scares me.
Yeah?
She's a swimmer. She's reaching for the big time. She has to get known. She has to compete. Now, she's been traveling to meets in Canada and Mexico, all over.
So?
Well, do I have to spell it out for you? Maybe she's been caught up in some smuggling. The pros have been known to use kids like her.
You really must have fallen in love with her.
Why do you insist that I'm in love with her?
Well, look me straight in the eye and say, no, I'm not in love with her.
Now, look, don't be silly.
Oh, that's how it is with some of you cops. You're like those knights of old, always rescuing fair maidens in distress, and naturally, you gotta fall in love. What else?
All right, that's enough, Mums. If you hear anything at all concerning this girl, will you let me know?
Oh, sure. And it won't cost you a thing. Let it be my wedding present.
Oh, for crying out loud. Keller. Oh, yeah. The parents of this girl, Margaret Truesdale, what do they want, Inspector? Miracles? Inspector, they're phoning me every minute of the day and night. She just disappeared, and I know what you're going to say. Nobody just vanishes into thin air. There has to be some clue. Look, I'm doing the best I can. I got nothing to go on. I'm making bricks without straw. Okay, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Just as soon as something turns up. Sure thing. Gee, what could have happened to her? Who the hell? Hello?
Sergeant Keller, I know it's very late. I mean, very early in the morning.
Yeah, it sure is.
I got your home number from your office. I said it was an emergency. You have to come over here right away.
Have you heard from Margie?
No, but I'm calling you because otherwise there's going to be a lot of trouble and embarrassment. Can you come over?
Now?
It's my wife. She has this idea, and, well, you'd better talk to her.
Sergeant, I know what happened to my daughter.
You do?
It's a wonder it didn't occur to you. After all, you're the professional, and it's so simple. She's been kidnapped.
Mrs. Truesdale, we've been through this already. There's been no note. You are not wealthy people.
But she was not kidnapped for money.
Oh?
She was kidnapped by one or another of the Iron Curtain countries. Don't you understand?
Well, no.
She's a threat. Those countries take these competitions seriously. They're doing this to keep her out of the games.
Oh.
You don't believe it.
Well, that's pretty far-fetched.
You're a police officer. You have connections with the FBI.
Yes,
And
but...
you're coordinated with the CIA.
Not that I know of.
You get to work on this immediately. Or you will force me to get in touch with my congressman and my senator.
Now, Molly, it's awfully late. Why don't you get to bed?
Sid, don't think you can fluff me off.
Oh, nobody's got that idea. The sergeant is going to notify all the necessary authorities, get all the wheels in motion.
Once the government steps in, they won't dare to harm her.
You look awfully tired.
Yes. Yes, I am. I'm very, very tired. But, Sergeant, you do believe I've given you a logical explanation?
Well, it does deserve thinking about.
And you'll start what you like to call the routine?
Get on it right away.
Well, now I can go to bed. Sid, will you show the sergeant out?
Why, sure thing, Molly.
Good night.
Good night, Mrs. Truesdale.
I had to call you. Otherwise, she'd be phoning the President of the United States.
Yeah, okay.
Besides, who says she has to be off base? Crazy things happen today.
Yeah, sure. Good night, Mr. Truesdale.
Oh, don't go.
No, it's late. My day starts early.
I know what you must think of me and my wife. You don't care for us.
No, why do you say that?
Well, I guess we come over like
Like stage parents. You know, the kind that push their kids toward a career.
Well, isn't that what you did?
No.
This whole training routine was her idea?
Yes.
I remember you said she decided she should go into the Olympics.
Well, she did.
Without any help from you or Mrs. Truesdale?
Oh, we approved. But the idea was hers.
Is there any chance she might have suggested it to win your approval?
No.
If she were to appear right now and say, Mom, Dad, I want to throw the whole thing over, what would you say to her?
Impossible.
Impossible for her to say that?
Well, impossible to think she'd even want to.
Yeah. All right. Oh, do you mind if I have a look at her room?
Why?
I don't know. Maybe I can find something.
Like what?
Well, I want to know this girl better. Maybe there's something in the room.
Right through here. See? Everything just as she left it.
She was very neat.
Oh, we haven't touched a thing. See, even the wastebasket. We haven't even emptied it.
Yeah.
Just a crumpled piece of paper here. Well, it's going to stay right there.
Mm-hmm.
Funny, it's probably the last thing she ever wrote, too.
What is it?
Nothing. Nothing at all. Just a name.
A name? Whose?
Nobody's name that I know of.
What's the name?
Wilson. We don't even know anyone named Wilson.
Wilson.
Yeah, Wilhelmina Wilson.
Could I see that?
What for? No. All right. Here. But I want it back.
Wilhelmina Wilson. Is this your daughter's handwriting?
Of course.
She writes Wilhelmina Wilson as if it's her signature. She's written it 4 or 5 or 6 times as if she were practicing how to sign it. Why?
I can't imagine.
Wilhelmina Wilson. Have you ever heard that name in any connection?
No.
Wait a minute. Maybe I have. Where? I heard it somewhere before, or maybe one that sounds an awful lot like it.
He's heard one that's very close to it, and so have you. It's a name that's fraught with significance, as they say, provided you know just how to look at it. Stop for a minute. Think for a minute. And it should all fall into place. And if it doesn't, we'll take care of it in Act 3. What's in a name? Asked Mr. Shakespeare. That which we call a rose, by any other name, would smell as sweet, and so forth. While we hate to differ with the immortal bard, we must quarrel with his premise. Everything is in a name. And who can say that the rose doesn't smell sweeter precisely because it's called a rose? The fact is, we're the captives of our own propaganda.
Wilhelmina Wilson. You're sure this name means nothing to you, Mr. Truesdale?
Nothing at all.
Mrs. Truesdale?
Well, I asked her. She doesn't know either.
All right. But where did I hear it? I'm sorry to bother you, Mr. Sparta.
I'm glad to be of help. What can I tell you?
The name Wilhelmina Wilson, is that familiar?
Wilhelmina Wilson? For sure.
Well, who is she?
Well, she isn't anybody.
Well, she has to be somebody.
No, Wilhelmina Wilson is a rhythm.
A what?
She's Margie's rhythm. While she swims, Margie keeps saying, Wilhelmina Wilson, Wilhelmina Wilson.
Oh, yeah.
It's a simple 6-beat rhythm. Da-da-da-da-da-da.
I see.
It helps. So, a lot of them set up a little chant like that.
Yeah, that's all Wilhelmina Wilson is.
Yeah. Why? What'd you think it was?
Well, here's a handsome young police officer.
Yep.
Oh, you look like you need a drink.
I do, which is why I'm not going to have one.
Well, tell old Moms. What's the problem?
I just stopped by in case you may have heard something.
About who? Oh, yeah. About your chick.
Hey, how many times do I have to tell you there's nothing there?
If there was nothing there, you'd only have to tell me once.
Well, what do you hear?
Not a whisper.
Gee, somebody has to know something.
Oh, sure.
I just can't find a handle on this case.
Oh, poor Joe. Tell me, is this the kind of girl you've been looking for all your life?
All right, Mom. She's an interesting girl.
Good. We finally got that out in the open. Now you can go to work.
I've been working without let up since the case came in.
Working? Yeah. But thinking? No.
I don't follow.
Joe, when I saw you for the first time, you know what I said to myself? I said, that one's going to be a smart cop once he settles down. You got this dame on the brain.
Look, we don't have to keep talking about that aspect of it.
But now suppose it was an old lady that was missing. Or a guy. Yeah, a guy would be even better.
Better for what?
Better to prove my point.
So far, you haven't made one.
Joe, just pretend you're not in love with her.
Who says I am? Okay, let it go.
Guys like you who are already over 30, you were always afraid of getting married.
Hey, listen.
So you make up excuses. You get up this ideal of some dame that's just gorgeous, but out of reach, see?
Moms, I've seen all those moving pictures, too, you know.
Where do you think life gets its ideas from? The movies.
I'm going at this case the same way I tackle every other.
That's what you say. But just take a deep breath and think. Now, think about it from every angle.
I am.
Good. Now, ask yourself the question you should have asked the very first night. Am I being had?
What?
Think about it, Joe. Are you being had?
Do you have any news, Sergeant?
I may have.
What does that mean? Sid, what did he say?
Sergeant, what do you have to tell us?
I'm thinking about what you told me. And all rests on the assumption that your daughter could disappear on a crowded, well-lighted street.
Assumption? Sid, he said assumption.
I heard what he said.
I'm afraid it didn't work. The only way she could disappear was for you to arrange a place for her to go to.
No.
Now, you'd better listen to me. At first, I had the idea maybe she might have gotten into a little jam. She went to swimming meets in Canada and Mexico. Maybe she carried some pot for somebody. Maybe something a little stronger.
That's a lie.
Actually, I didn't believe it myself.
Then what are you trying to imply?
I think it's all a publicity stunt, but it's gone sour.
How dare you? Sid, call this man superior officer, whoever he is.
I'll give you his name and phone number myself, but you'd better hear the rest of it first. Now, the stakes are tremendous. I should have realized that in the beginning. The Olympics, they've become a fantastic media event. The winners get more than the old laurel wreath, even more than the gold medal.
Now, hold it a minute, Sergeant.
You have no right to accuse...
Beautiful swimmer disappears. That would be the headline, wouldn't it? Well, it could have been. But all you got was a couple of lines on page 17, and nothing to speak of on the air. The media didn't bite. Or maybe you didn't know how to promote it.
You don't understand.
She's missing.
What you needed was an experienced, inventive publicity guy. He might have pulled it off.
It isn't true.
You have to keep it alive, so you feed me little things like this Iron Curtain plot.
It could be true.
Yeah, and then you try to fob off this name at me, this Wilhelmina Wilson. Why did you pretend you didn't know what it was, Mr. Truesdale?
Well, I don't have the faintest idea.
Sid, who is Wilhelmina Wilson?
Well, didn't you think I'd check it out with Dick Sparta? I mean, you're trying to tell me you actually don't know that Wilhelmina Wilson is the name she says to herself while she swims?
I never heard of it.
Where is she?
We don't know.
She disappeared.
If you knowingly mislead the police...
We haven't.
It's the truth.
Wait. Wilhelmina Wilson. I just remembered.
Has there been any word of Marge Truesdale, Sergeant?
No, Miss Stacy. I just came by the library to ask a question. You said she liked to read a book she kept renewing. Would you tell me the name of it again?
William Wilson and Other Stories by Edgar Allan Poe.
William Wilson, huh?
Yes.
Guess I made a mistake. Funny, I thought it was Wilhelmina Wilson.
Well, that's close. Actually, Wilhelmina is the feminine form of William.
Yes. Wilhelmina Wilson. I wonder... That story, do you suppose I could read it?
Oh, I certainly. Wait here.
Yes?
Miss Wilhelmina Wilson?
Yes?
Yes. You dyed your hair, you changed your makeup. Instead of wearing beiges and browns, I see you've gone in for blues and grays. It does give you a different look.
Who are you?
Oh, sorry, I'm a police detective, Sergeant Joe Keller. May I come in?
Why?
I want to talk to you about Margaret Truesdale.
All right. What do you want to know?
First, I'd like to know if you'll marry me.
You... What?
Well, not right away. We'd have to get to know each other better, although I know all about you already.
What do you know about me?
Start with a girl just in her teens. Father dies, her mother remarries. Will the stepfather accept her? And then the mother dies and the stepfather remarries. Will the strange new woman accept her as a daughter?
Why do you want me to relive all this?
She thinks she's a very unattractive girl.
Oh, I was pale and skinny, always sick.
So they bring you to a friend, Dick Sparta, a swimming coach, and you work out every day.
Yes, I did. Hour after hour.
And it changes you. It also becomes obvious to everyone that you could be a great swimmer.
Yes.
And everybody begins to count the money, taste the glory.
Yes. At first, Sid and Molly were only thinking of me. Later, the thing just overpowered them, blew their perspectives crazy. At first, I was so happy because finally I could do something to please them, repay them for all they did for me.
You were a good little obedient girl.
Yes, but after a while it became torture. Every stroke was agony. Every lap was... I don't want to say... Oh, purgatory.
I understand. But couldn't you face them? Couldn't you say, look, Mom, look, Dad,
I was scared. I was still very insecure. Besides, I told you they had changed. Now all they could talk about was how rich, how famous we would become. The fantastic things we could do.
And then you read that story, William Wilson, about a man who has another self.
Yes, another self. That was what I needed. And so inside me, I created Wilhelmina Wilson. Inside, I was Wilhelmina Wilson. Every time I swam, I would say, Wilhelmina Wilson. Oh, how I wanted to run away. Just disappear. But where could I go? How would I live? All I ever learned to do was swim.
Couldn't you study something?
Oh, not after the kind of day I put in. Matter of fact, I wanted to take a secretarial course, but Sid and Molly both jumped on me. What do you need that for? You'll never use it. You're going to be rich. You know what I did? I tried to raise money by entering contests under the name of Wilhelmina Wilson. And I never won anything at all. Until...
Yeah, I know.
I bought a 50-cent lottery ticket in the name of Wilhelmina Wilson, and that did it. Can you imagine? The minute I saw that winning number, I took this apartment.
That's how I found you.
$25,000. It can give me a start.
Yeah, but where does this leave me? Your parents reported you as a missing person. I'm a police officer. I found you.
I can't go home. Do you know why? I just can't swim anymore. I can't take the pressure. I'm out of it. That's going to break their hearts.
They're broken-hearted now.
But this way, they'll still have their dreams. That I could have been the greatest swimmer in the world. No. I can't go back.
Yes, you can.
No. I'm no longer scared little Margie Truesdale. And they wouldn't understand Wilhelmina Wilson. They would never forgive her for wasting that chance of a lifetime.
Do you know who they could understand, forgive, and accept?
Who?
Mrs. Joseph Keller.
Who is she?
She would be my wife.
But I don't know you.
Don't you want to get to know me?
Well, I don't know.
I suppose I could.
By that time, the Olympic trials will be over.
Oh, they'll never forgive me.
Sure they will. Once we make it very clear that you forgive them.
I would assume that after a suitable passage of time, everyone in this particular story forgave everybody else. Although why and for what is not exactly crystal clear. After all, we do our best to reach a goal, but so many times that goal isn't even our own. I'll be back shortly.
If you're looking for a sensible way you can profit instead of being squeezed by today's high interest rates, call this toll-free number right now. 800-228-5000. Ask the operator to send you detailed information on Dreyfus liquid assets. Find out how you can take advantage of the income-earning opportunity that Dreyfus offers with its money market fund. Consider the benefits. Your money works hard because you participate in today's rising money market, and it's always available when you need it. Plus, you get the flexibility of withdrawing cash by phone or writing checks to pay larger bills. No charge for the checks and never a penalty or sales charge. Today, you owe it to yourself to earn as much as you can on your money. So call 800-228-5000 for complete information and a prospectus including management fee, charges, and expenses. Read the prospectus carefully before you invest. Learn how you can get the lion's share of today's high interest rates from Dreyfus Liquid Assets. 800-228-5000. Toll free. 800-228-5000. Dreyfus pays for the call.
This week on the Chisholms, the journey continues as they leave the security of the wagon train behind to strike out for the promised land called California.
We're heading our own way to California.
I think we should give it careful thought. Staying with the wagon train would be safer.
You'll be traveling through mostly uncharted territory.
I'm afraid of what might happen.
Who will survive the last great American adventure? The Chisholms, starring Robert Preston and Rosemary Harris. Saturday night at 8, 7 Central on CBS Television. Starring Robert Preston and Rosemary Harris. Saturday night at 8.
You can sing Smoke Gets in Your Eyes. But when it gets into everyone else's eyes and nose and throat, it's no musical matter. Your lung association says cigarettes are a personal health hazard, and secondhand smoke is offensive to all non-smokers.
Give us all a break. Let the Lung Association help you kick the habit, for your sake and for everyone's life and breath.
We look at the faces of some of these high-powered young performers, athletes, dancers, prodigies of one sort or another, the strained and nerve-wracked faces, and we say, they're hardly more than children. Why are they being thrown into the snake pit of money and notoriety so early? Why? Quite simply because so many of us are willing to pay and to cheer them. Yes, our heroes are getting younger and older before their time. Our cast included Paul Hecht, Joan Shea, Ray Owens, and Bryna Rayburn. The entire production was under the direction of Hyman Brown. This is E.G. Marshall inviting you to return to our Mystery Theater for another adventure in the macabre. Until...
Stories of love and sacrifice as World War II brings growth and change to a